USA. Two men, one journey to create a sports show unlike any other. Unfiltered, raw, and honest. One of them played goalie opposite Ben Stiller. The other once scored 6 points on Steph Curry. These guys know their shit. Let's go! Tank Spencer, Jeremy Green, the Sportsocracy. Presented by Ingles Supermarkets. Low prices, love the savings.
And welcome into the Sportsocracy on ESPN. We're heard everywhere you go on the iHeart Radio app. You can see us everywhere on YouTube. The mouths may not match up quite properly, but
Tanks definitely won't.
It is a process. We are in day one of the 3 to 5 Tank works remotely so he doesn't have a heart attack plan, and it's going well so far. So I appreciate the efforts of all of those who have put in hard hours and minutes of worry over this. Jeremy, I thank you and myself.
I mean, I didn't really do much, but I mean, I am here, so that's a thing. I'm really glad that I'm glad your schedule has lightened up a little bit to where we can continue our frivolities with our friends now down the mountain. We believe, if you've been listening to that show, we think we are 75% sure that as soon as this show's over, we hit one button and then that show can start. That's what we think's going to happen.
Yes.
Bear with us.
Yes. We're hoping that is how it happens.
So I found out a thing today.
Again, you can join us.
I found out a thing today that we're being used as the guinea pigs for this system because no one has actually done this for talk radio in the country successfully, and they are using us as the, hey, you two idiots figure it out, because you've been real good at like just figuring stuff out. So there is a system.
Well, I have I have been known as a trailblazer of my time.
Yeah, so. Hero.
I didn't say it. You did.
Hero.
Thank you.
Look, there is a system that's not quite ready for us to unveil yet, where Tank and I will be able to directly connect to each other, just like we're sitting in the same room. We're kind of stress testing this to figure out, hey, what happens when if that doesn't work? Like, what do we do then? And so every day this week, you will see a different version of this show. If you saw it yesterday, that's what happens when you do a show on Zoom. That's a thing we know now. Can't hear the calls, need the producer to tell you what the caller said. That's not flawless.
Mm-hmm. Nope, but hopefully we'll get close, as close as we can to flawless each and every day as we work through the bugs here and try to bring you the best product we possibly can and have a little fun, because that's what we do. So the new time block, you will have a full block of it today, a full block of it tomorrow, and then some World Cup games will create some diversions and some preemptions for us on Thursday and Friday between the two stations. But yeah, this is going to be our new our new landing spot once all of the craziness of the World Cup is gone. We will have 3 to 7 every day. 3 to 5 on ESPN Asheville, 5 to 7 on Fox Sports Upstate, and all of it available to you on the iHeart Radio app and, of course, on the YouTube live stream as well. Yeah, last night, it came to an end.
It ended.
The World Cup run for the United States men's national team came to a crushing halt against Belgium.
Last night was terrible. I mean, you want me to know why? You want me to tell you why, as the ugly Americans, we don't care about the world's game? Because we suck at it at times. Okay, there's times that we just go, hey, defense, let's just go full James Harden and just not defend anybody. I know, I would say more than the average casual sports fan about soccer, but I mean, I'm not an analyst by any stretch. And even I'm watching it going, hey, we seem to not be able to control the ball at a high rate. And we really seem to be letting them do whatever they want. And that's not good. So I turned it off when we scored. Yeah, we scored. And then 45 seconds later, they went, no.
I don't take pride in saying I told you so.
No, you do.
But I did try to warn everyone. I do not. I take no pride in the fact that we lost. I mean, I want to see us win. I feel a tad vindicated of every time somebody was like, oh, stop doing that. And I was like, well, I just want y'all to know this is not good. This is like Jets fans telling themselves that they're going to win the division. Like, don't do that because it's probably not going to happen. And in a sport where many of us don't know what's what and who's good and who's not and how excited we should get about still being in the tournament. I mean, I listen to other people outside of the United States. And when there are like, the talking heads or the analysts on like Sky Sports are talking about Belgium and Spain and Portugal and they go through about 10 teams before they ever get to America. That should pretty much give you an idea of where we stand in the pecking order. I mean, I'm not saying we're like Tulane in the college football playoff. We're a little bit better than that.
We're Ole Miss.
But I mean, that's kind of maybe.
We're Ole Miss.
Maybe,
you knew we weren't going to win it,
oh.
but maybe, just maybe, we could represent ourselves decently, and we would be fine.
Okay, sure. And look, I think we pretty much did that. I mean, you want last night to look better. Obviously, you don't want to, lose in that kind of dominating fashion where you didn't really look like you belonged at all. And that's not me saying that. That's all of the experts and the analysts who know about the game saying that. And I feel like when they're given harsh criticisms on national radio after a national game like that, it had to be pretty bad.
It was not good.
To the untrained eye, I wouldn't know the difference. But the fact that like when Barry Melrose comes on ESPN talking about the NHL and he tells me that, Team X is just completely terrible, I'm going to bet he knows what he's talking about.
It also
not that anybody said that about America, but we also were never seen as favorites in this.
Well, Barry Melrose, when he comes on to tell you this, you also get to see two things. First of all, just the luxurious mullet paired with one of the great suits that you will ever see, because Barry Melrose is a very well-dressed individual. But then you get my favorite thing that happens ever, which is the Barry Melrose Power Play A. It took me forever to figure out, why does he say it that way? Power Play A. Nope, that's 3 words, not 2. And I didn't understand that until I was about 20 years old.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
We don't have that in soccer.
What?
We don't have we don't have a Barry Melrose. We need a Barry Melrose. We need an analyst that's just like, that's the hammer. That's the one.
Yeah, I mean, they tried to do that with Alexi Lawless a few years ago, and I mean, he's entertaining to a point, but he's not as crazy as, like, his spin doctor's persona from 1992. It just doesn't hit the same when he's 50 years old, to me. But he's the only one that I can really think of that has ever been like, hey, here's star play. Because here's the thing, we don't have star players. We just don't.
No, we're roping in Carly Lloyd.
Right. Alexi Lawless in the grand scheme of soccerdom, of whatever, soccer history, is like the 9,000th best player in the world ever. And he's like our 2. Maybe I'm stretching that. Maybe he's just in the top 10. But we're just not where the rest of the world is at.
No,
it's not a cultural game here, and that's why we're behind. That's why we aren't as good. You know, everybody talks about, why are the women so good at this, and the men don't seem to be very good at this? Well, there's big cultural differences there too, because you know, in many women are encouraged to play sports. They've been at least organized ball wise, right? Are there big women's leagues in other countries?
Yes.
I mean, I know there are certain countries, but but I mean, like, does English have a women's football league? I'm sure they do, but is it?
Well, they do.
You're one of the
to me, you're missing the point.
Women over there.
Well, I mean, you're missing the point for me with women's soccer.
Like,
we have less leagues
of women's
in other
sports in America. Rank them as far as popularity and participation wise. I would say soccer's probably one. If it's not one, then it's two behind volleyball. Am I off base on that?
Well, there's not as many sports, so you don't have a football. Football takes, I would say, 70% of the best athletes.
Did I lose you or you lose me?
No, I can hear you clear. You just obviously can't hear me. For those of you that don't know, Tank's running off his wife's hotspot because somehow our brick only works with Apple products in spite of the fact they're Windows based, which I cannot figure out.
Can you hear me? I cannot hear you.
I can hear you, but you can't hear me. Somehow we cannot hear each other, which I do not understand. But, you know, these are the bugs. These are the bugs that you get with live radio.
It says I'm still connected.
We can definitely hear you. Every word you're saying, we can hear. Radio gods, could you please get a message to him that I can hear every word he's saying? I was talking to the person across the aisle from me that was just looking at me like, I don't think Tank even knows that he's alive at this point. I would say we would go to a commercial break, but I don't control that. So I keep hoping he's just randomly going to go, yeah, we're good. We're good. We can be heard. Look, last night it didn't end well. It didn't go the way we wanted it to go. But, I mean, I still think this was a positive for the Americans on the whole. I mean, I still think you have to walk away from this and go, it was a good run. It was better than it could have been. But it's still just, we're in that same vicious cycle that we've been in with U.S. soccer for a long time, which is we can get to a certain point and we can't get any further. And it's going to be that way probably for an extended period of time until we have what I said yesterday. Until we find our Michael Jordan and we have that player that can be the no-doubter, number one, this is the guy we can count on, this is where we're going to be. And it will continue on like this in perpetuity. I hope that even though the Americans are out, that the round of 8 will still get a solid number. It will still be good. It's not going to be as good as it would have been. I can't wait to see what the number from last night was. I mean, we're at 24. We're at 24-4 continuous in the round of 32. And I would say we were probably over 30 million last night. Number probably dwindled quickly because it was very obvious that we were the lesser of the two teams. And so now you lather up and try to do it again. You're probably going to lose your coach. You're going to lose a lot of your players. And the hope is that somewhere in the wings, there is the Michael, the Kobe, the LeBron, the whatever the case may be in this sport that will get us back where we belong in our minds. We don't really belong there because we've never been there before. But hopefully one day we will have one of these World Cups where we're still playing into the round of 8, maybe the Final Four, and I'd love to see us one day win one. For those just joining us, Tank may have been abducted by space aliens. He may have been killed. We don't really know what happened to him. He just disappeared. I cannot see him anymore. So we'll just keep talking sports until something works the right way. So if you have something you'd like to talk about in the chat, feel free to throw it out there, because at this point, I'm talking to you guys. And Bill Workman said Elon took Yoda, or Elon took Tank. Sorry, I read his username as where Tank's name was. I can't even blame Elon, because the Elon internet works great. The problem is somehow the direct link back to the studio, it only works with an iPhone, and nobody knows why. Mine works great, as evidenced by the fact I've done shows from 17 states with this exact same thing. Tanks, for some reason, is just, nope, I only work with the Apple. The Apple is the only thing that will make the connection happen. We're trying to figure out why that is, but we haven't figured it out yet. Gary Birch in the YouTube chat asked, is the Ayuk Bull Bunky finally done in D.C.? I'm not going to lie to you. I don't know. Because it still feels like the place that makes the most sense for Brandon Ayuk to land is Washington. I can't tell you that that's where it's going to go, but I can tell you that's the one that makes the most sense. Because you look at any other team, Brandon Ayuk's still a talented guy. I don't think the year off is going to change that. I don't think any of the things that have happened are going to change that. But you got to find a contender that's willing to deal with how crazy he has acted. And then you have the Jaden tie. To answer your question, I don't think it's done yet. As long as that guy's still out in the ethos, I can't tell you what's going to happen. I really can't.
What are we talking about?
Brandon Ayuk. Hey, there he is.
Oh, there he is.
He lives. Let me guess, just because I can see out the window. It's raining aggressively at your house.
It's not. It's not.
It's
For
about
some reason
to be.
I just lost audio from the old OnSip. I had to close it out and restart it. So apparently we're good.
Don't feel bad.
Brandon Ayuk,
I tap danced for 8 minutes. I made some jokes. I killed some time, but we're back.
Good for you. What was the latest Ayuk news? I didn't see anything.
It just keeps getting crazier and crazier and crazier. And at some point, you have to throw the wrench in the spoke. Vinny in our YouTube chat said, I heard Vegas wants Ayuk. That one would make sense. That one would make sense for a couple reasons. We need to take a commercial break, especially while I still have the one that can hit that button to do it.
Yes.
Vinny, hang tight with us for just a minute, and we'll talk about that on the other side of this. There's more to the Brandon Ayuk thing than people are saying. It's not as cut and dry as, oh, he's acting crazy. Oh, he's done all these things. There's more to it that we haven't really dug into, and I want to do that after the break.
You're in the Sportsocracy, and this is ESPN Asheville.
ESPN Asheville, your mountain weather forecast.
We'll be dodging afternoon showers, thunderstorms the next couple of days. The heat's backed off just a little bit. And the storm risk isn't all that great for severe. It's a marginal risk. Could be some downpours too this afternoon, actually the next few afternoons. So just watch out for maybe some heavier rain, upper 80s today. Thunderstorms early tonight, mid-60s. Wednesday, Thursday, mid to late afternoon, thunderstorms once again in the upper 80s. From the Weather Channel, Ray Staging.
This report is sponsored by Liberty Mutual Insurance. Only pay for what you need. Why pay full price when you can customize and save? Switch to Liberty Mutual, and they'll customize your auto and home insurance so you only pay for what you need.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
If you run a business and need to get your message to your next customers fast, nothing is faster than audio with iHeart. Let us help you reach the audience you need to grow your business at the speed of sound at iHeartAdvertising.com.
If the world were like a Sleep Number mattress, everything would adapt for your comfort. Because as your life changes and your body changes, Sleep Number mattresses adapt and shift to give you personalized comfort night after night. And right now, new mattresses start at $1,500 during our 4th of July sale.
Yes.
To experience a whole new world of comfort, visit a Sleep Number store or go to sleepnumber.com. Sleep Number. To a good life sleep.
Party at your place this summer? Fix things up inside and out with July 4th deals, now at Lowe's. Get up to 45% off select major appliances and save up to an additional 25% off when you bundle select major appliances. Plus, save $80 on a select Charbroil Performance Series gas grill, now $299. Our best lineup is here at Lowe's. Valid through 7/8 while supplies last. Selection varies by location. See Lowe's.com for more details.
Starting Stronger starts at AutoZone, where they've got battery solutions in the form of free battery testing, free battery charging, and replacement. Batteries that fit your needs. That's what makes them America's #1 battery destination. Get in the zone. AutoZone.
The games more intense. The goals more meaningful.
This is what 2026 FIFA World Cup is all about.
iHeartRadio and Fox Sports are bringing you every match of FIFA World Cup 2026
live.
Magnificent Merino for Spain.
Hear the quarterfinals, semifinals, and final for free wherever you are.
Download the free iHeartRadio app and search
World Cup.
Just phenomenal.
The world is listening.
Are you?
Ever since they started clearing yards after Helene, the Chainsaw Brothers stay committed to helping rebuild Western North Carolina.
Whether you have a dead tree dangling somewhere dangerous, or you need to clear years of overgrowth, tree trimming, or tree removal, we can get the job done.
It's fully insured and licensed work from local professionals you can trust.
Residential or commercial jobs, we got the tools and the crew.
Call the Chainsaw Brothers today at 316-1013. That's 316-1013.
Follow us on Facebook to see how we treat our family. And check us out at chainsawbrother.com.
Clarissa Sells WNC is the #1 team in Buncombe County. We have the customer service experience to assist you in achieving your real estate goals. Our team offers something that 90% of listings in our market won't have, Zillow Showcase. Check us out at clarissasellswnc.com.
Sportsocracy. This is ESPN Asheville. Our new time slot, 3 to 5 every weekday afternoon here on ESPN Asheville. You can follow us everywhere on the iHeartRadio app, everywhere on the socials at the Sportsocracy, and of course, watch us on the YouTubes. I know the mouth doesn't really match the voice on the YouTube today, but you know we're making it do. Interestingly enough, working on or trying to run a multimedia show on a hotspot is not the best idea.
No, that was a new one.
At the moment.
That was a new one we learned today. And I asked the question, why does it only work that way? Because it's never been that way for me. I don't know. That's never a good answer from people that do the side of this that I don't know at all. Tank knows it quite well. Why is it that way? I don't know. I don't know why it's that way.
It's a great question. It's a great question. So back to the topic at hand. #1 wide receiver.
Well, I mean, look, Brandon Ayuk took to Instagram, which seems to be his favorite place to live, to explain why he's acted the way he has. I'm not going to read the whole thing to you. I'll read you a snippet of it. Secret time, it's exactly what I tried to tell you. His line was, when the news finally came out that my guarantees were voided in November, the team continued to lie to the media and the fan base, acting as if it was not a decision that was made in July, continually saying that I would be returning despite the fact that I told them on numerous occasions that I would not be. With the severity of my injury and my guarantees no longer on the table, that was not an option. That's what I told you the whole time, is that you're looking at this from the kid that's overreacting. This is the second kid to throw the counterpunch is the one that gets punished. John Lynch was the problem in this. I'm not telling you that what Brandon Ayuk has done has been good. He's acted like an immature child. it's also been going on about 6 months longer than you think it has. Because Brandon Ayuk, according to my sources within that team, Brandon Ayuk, it was well known he was not playing a game with that team by everybody in the organization by the middle of August. Nope, there is no coming back from this. You can say whatever you want to. I know what happened behind closed doors. He knows what's happened behind closed doors. And John Lynch knows what's happened behind closed doors. And so you can say whatever you want to. Our buddy David Smith says this all the time. It's free to say excrement. You can say anything. You can say anything you want to. You can say I'm a prima ballerina. Doesn't mean it's true.
So now there's positioning going on, figuring out who's gonna make the call, who's gonna get him. We forever linked him to the Washington Commanders. He's called out Jaden Daniels, his former teammate at Arizona State, several times. You say Vegas is now interested. Rand Carthon reportedly has some interest in wanting to bring him to Tennessee. Or where's he at now?
Rand Carthon's with. I'm not even sure he's in the league.
I just saw
Rand Carthon got fired. Rand Carthon would be bringing him to the San Antonio Brahma or wherever he randomly lands next.
Okay. All right. There was an article here that said he's planning to. Where is he working now? Apparently he's working to nowhere. He just wants to call Brandon and be like, hey, let me help you out.
Hey, Brandon.
Apparently he wants to be his new agent.
Apparently Rand Carthon wants to call Brandon Ayuk and ask him if he's tried the new big arch. And look, the thing with Ayuk, it to me, it's not that hard to figure out. He's a talented kid. He's a talented kid that's gone a little wayward. You're going to get him on an absolute screamer, hammer of a deal that's just cheap as all get out. And maybe he can rehab his career. I mean, look, I never loved him. I never thought he was as good as everybody else did. And then you get to the antics. And so, I mean, if I'm a legit Super Bowl contender that doesn't have a receiver issue, I'm not going to mess with this. I'm not, because I don't need to. I don't have to. There's too many receivers. It's too easy of a position to fill slot. So then you start figuring out which teams absolutely need him. Who absolutely needs Brandon Ayuk for the furtherance of their season? Washington always made sense because they don't have a legit two. Deebo Samuel didn't work out. They do not seem inclined to try to do that again. Washington makes sense, the connection with Jaden. Then you get into teams with young quarterbacks that maybe don't have as many receivers, and maybe I'll take the flyer. As Vinny said, I think that's where Vegas makes sense. I think that's where the Jets make sense. That's where a handful of other teams make sense. But then you get into, well, how many young guys are around this guy? How many young guys do I risk seeing how he's acting and possibly poisoning the well? That's where I think it takes the Jets out. I think it may take Vegas out. But Vegas is still the one that I've always low-key thought in the background, that would give you a legit outside receiver, which is something that I don't think they have at this point. They have a lot of slots.
But they don't have a serious threat outside of Brock Bowers.
Correct.
That makes a whole lot.
Correct. You've got Brock, but in Vegas, you've got Brock
Washington deal,
Bowers.
not a done deal.
No.
Are we no longer doing it? Are we no longer chalking that up?
Well, I mean, I don't think you can chalk it up because it's carried this long, and you get to a point where, you know, Washington wants to tell you how great Antonio Williams is and how this is absolutely going to be everything that you want it to be, and we've got him and McCaffrey, and we don't need Brandon Ayuk. And the longer these things carry, the less likely it is the most obvious one happens. And then one comes out of the woodwork that doesn't make any sense whatsoever. And now that's what I've been trying to figure out is where's the one that doesn't make any sense? Who's the one we haven't talked about not one time that could just come out of the woodwork to be the Brandon Ayuk solution? Do you have one of those?
No. I don't really see one that jumps off at me as making a whole ton of sense. Because again, part of me doesn't want to blame him in all of this because he has been put through the ringer and given the runaround so much by San Francisco. But also, you put yourself in that situation. And now I'm curious. I mean, it just starts trending down that Antonio Brown path.
Oh, you can't compare those two.
I think he might be losing his sanity a little bit.
Oh, you could be.
I'm not saying that, he's going to start assaulting people and doing stuff like that. I'm just saying there is some, I don't know. It just gives me, it reminds me of that. How about that? And as a GM, I would think, how far could this go? I would have to have a massive need, like the Las Vegas Raiders, in order to entertain something like this. Either that or I'm so good that I don't care.
That's where my brain's going, is looking at some of these good teams.
The Los Angeles Rams.
The Rams make some sense to stick it to San Francisco, add another weapon. The Baltimore Ravens make some sense to me. And I've thought that one for quite some time of, if I'm Baltimore, I'm looking around going, I could take a flyer here. Because even my young guys are pretty vet guys. So I'm not all that worried about souring the well with Brandon Ayuk. That one makes sense. Kansas City makes sense. I've thought Denver made sense for a long time because Brandon Ayuk is I'm not going to say he's a perfect receiver for Bo Nix, but in terms of what he does, having him and Sutton and Waddle, in addition to Mims, who they don't seem all that inclined to use, and Troy Franklin, that's a room. The ones that I hear, Indianapolis, I've heard that one a half a dozen times. Why? If I'm Brandon Ayuk, is there any chance of me rehabbing my image with the Indianapolis Colts? Because I don't see it.
No. No, I mean, Brandon Ayuk is in a position where he's getting ready to be released by San Francisco one way or the other. I'm going to have my choices. I don't think that this is just a 2 or 3 team kind of a derby. I think there'll be a bunch that are interested. Why would I want to go to a bad team? Indianapolis is not going to be good. They're not going to be good with Brandon Ayuk either. Kansas City makes a lot of sense to me. The Rams make a lot of sense to me. I just don't see him. I mean, unless I'm reading it wrong, and maybe I am. Maybe others are down the path farther than I am, and he is approaching that I don't want to touch him guy.
He's just not.
But I got a feeling there's going to be a bunch of teams involved, don't you?
A bunch? No, but he doesn't need a bunch. It's a lot like the NFL draft. I only need one. And if that one comes through, then that's good enough for me.
We'll keep following the saga that is the Brandon Ayuk scenario. We got a topic, comment, question fired away into the YouTube chat. We'll take a break here in the Sportsocracy on ESPN Asheville.
ESPN Asheville, your mountain weather forecast.
We'll be dodging afternoon showers, thunderstorms the next couple of days. The heat's backed off just a little bit, and the storm risk isn't all that great for severe. It's a marginal risk. Could be some downpours too this afternoon, actually the next few afternoons. So just watch out for maybe some heavier rain, upper 80s today. Thunderstorms early tonight, mid-60s. Wednesday, Thursday, mid to late afternoon, thunderstorms once again in the upper 80s. From the Weather Channel, Ray Staging.
This report is sponsored by Liberty Mutual Insurance. Only pay for what you need. Why pay full price when you can customize and save? Switch to Liberty Mutual, and they'll customize your auto and home insurance so you only pay for what you need.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
For more information about contests on this station, go to espnavl.com/rules.
When it comes to your yard, reliability matters. Shop with confidence at the Home Depot and get 4th of July savings on Ryobi, the #1 cordless outdoor power brand. It's time to choose your power. Both the Ryobi 18-volt and 40-volt self-propelled mower kits are on special buy for an even lower price of $429 each, was $479. Ryobi's battery platform delivers the power, runtime, and dependability you need to tackle yard work with ease. Shop 4th of July savings on Ryobi outdoor power only at the Home Depot. While supplies last, pricing valid June 25th through July 8th. U.S. only. See store online for details.
From the FIFA World Cup to competitive business environments, grand ambitions lead to game-changing achievements. At Bank of America, we're there to support businesses at every step, providing insights and expertise to help you gain an edge.
He shoots, he scores!
What would you like the power to do? Explore winning business solutions at BofA.com/gamechangers. Bank of America, official bank of the FIFA World Cup 2026.
Sponsored by the North Carolina Department of Health and Human Services.
iHeartRadio FIFA World Cup Update.
The U.S. will now have to look ahead to the next World Cup after being eliminated last night. Team USA's Tyler Adams grateful for the fan support they received during the tournament.
Support was unbelievable. I think our initial reaction as a team was that in this moment we let them down.
The U.S. is out, but the World Cup rolls on. Round of 16 action includes Colombia and Switzerland today.
Download the iHeartRadio app for live Fox coverage of every game.
A crisis moment is any moment where you feel overwhelmed and as if you aren't able alone to handle what's happening. We care, we listen, we help. Call, text, or chat 988 anytime.
Brought to you by the North Carolina Department of Health and Human Services.
Sure, you know Appalachian Motor Coach is the official shuttle sponsor of the Living the Dream Tailgate Tour. But did you know that they can get you anywhere in style? Weddings, bachelorette parties, corporate gatherings, family reunions, Appalachian Motor Coach makes the ride part of the fun. Luxury seating, climate control, and none of the stress of parking or driving. Appalachian Motor Coach gets you there relaxed, on time, and ready for the party. For more information, visit them at AppalachianMotorCoach.com. Appalachian Motor Coach, the best memories start on the ride.
At Ingles, we're all in for summer. We have everything you need for the perfect picnic, the greatest grill out, and the best beach vacation. Ingles, low prices, love the savings.
Do better, be better every day. That's the Parks Promise. Our mission, to improve lives with every interaction. This is JW, General Manager at Parks Ford Hendersonville. Experience the Parks Promise today at parksfordhendersonville.com. That's parksfordhendersonville.com.
Boy, you must be outside your mind.
The Sportsocracy.
Just a bit outside. He tried the corner and missed.
And welcome back into the Sportsocracy on ESPN Asheville. I'm Tank Spencer coming to you from the Clarissa Sells WNC.com home studio. We've turned off the video feed, so hopefully
Tank will now just be a Muppet for the rest of the
come.
show. We have made Muppet Tank, and that is what he will be. I'm not real sure why they started calling you Muppet Tank. Maybe because your mouth was moving and words were coming out at different times. Oh, I just thought of another. I thought of another horrible thing.
First it was suggested that I was a badly dubbed foreign film. Then I saw perhaps it's a Sesame Street character. So that was the thought there. I'm sure. I mean, I like the little Muppet guy you got for me. He's adorable. But time to get just a bit outside. Jeremy, you know, the big thing happened in New York over the weekend. They had that big event at Madison shut down the city and everybody got. Have you seen any of the reporting on the deal that was struck before the deal was done?
I did not.
The prenup of TNT.
Oh Lord.
It reportedly includes that she will not write any breakup song about him should this go poorly. And I would love to know what the dollar figure is on that if she does it.
Oh, if she
because
breaks
I think
the prenup?
that's the number one thing. I mean, we knew the money was going to be protected. Right. Like we knew the money was going to be protected. Everything stays separate. Her $1 billion and his $90 million stay completely separate. Future earnings and such, royalties and things, all of that still, ownership is still with her. He has none of that. His big thing was, if I screw this up or if you get mad at me, you can't write any songs about me like you did about, 14 of your other boyfriends. And I feel like that's a win for Travis.
I mean, it was something I feel like you had to negotiate in. I mean, you can,
yes.
you as
Most
one of the
certainly.
greatest
Because,
tight ends to
she's-
ever live, you could not do this without some protection from her having an Eras Tour Part 11. And the head song is Tight End Loose Morals or Fumbled My Heart or oh God, there's so I did this at one point. I came up with every song it could possibly be. Uncovered, unfaithful.
There's no penalty worse than offsides.
He broke my heart, so I stole his
bad.
Super Bowl ring.
Yeah. The prenup, I think I give him points on the prenup. The fact that if that's true, that he got that written into it, I think he did well. Because we knew he wasn't getting any of our money.
Well, I mean, his lawyer definitely did him a solid. Listen, buddy, we've actually seen how these things end, and it doesn't tend to go so hot for the guy that breaks her heart. So there's that. If you're watching on YouTube,
right,
you're welcome. That's Muppet Tank has now gone away, and Muppet Tank has replaced him. Completely different, but really funny. My story comes from the world of the NBA.
Oh,
and LeBron James has apparently
Muppet Tank.
I mean, you are a Muppet. You're just a Jeff Dunham Muppet. LeBron James has apparently decided where he's going to play basketball. It's an openly kept secret in the NBA that he's going to be a Cleveland Cavalier again. And I ask a very simple question. Why? Why for are you doing that? What about Cleveland looks appealing to you right now? All right, so you got the two big guys, Jared Allen, Evan Mobley. You got Donovan Mitchell and James Harden. Where exactly does LeBron fall into the pecking order in that offense?
Lower than he wants to be.
Well, I guarantee you it's no higher than 3.
Well, I mean, I would think he should be 2, but James is going to have something to say about that. And that does become a problem. I feel like it's probably the best scenario he could have. This is probably the place that he could have gone where they can contend for something.
What's the
It wasn't going to happen in Golden State. The East. You're competing for the East. You're going to be one of the
team
top
can win
3
the East
teams
with
in
him?
the East, probably. And I doubt it. You can get close to the Knicks.
I mean, the Knicks have been not gutted, but the depth has taken a substantial hit because they've lost a bunch of guys. It's not really the Knicks that I'm stuck on. I'm stuck on, are you better than Philadelphia, and why is the answer not just no, but hell no? This is an aggressive, stone cold Steve Austin no. I don't get it. I don't get it because look, and am I thinking for LeBron here? Yes, I am. But here's what I think he believes is getting ready to happen. He believes he's going to have this absolutely great swan song in Cleveland. It started in Cleveland and now it ends in Cleveland. Yeah, it's not happening. It's not happening because they don't love you like that. They're not going to. They might 10 years after you retire because you did bring them a ring, and you'll be their guy again, but they don't trust you. They don't trust you to be Cleveland's favored son. And it's just it's like the couple that gets married and then divorced and they get married again. You never fully believe that this one's going to last. You're just waiting on the argument. Which one is the one that actually blows this up? I don't see it.
In the East pecking order, where do you see them?
They're behind Philadelphia.
Mm-hmm.
Behind Philadelphia, I'd put them behind New York.
Mm-hmm.
The one I'm stuck on is Boston. I want to say I would have them in front, and I'm going to. I don't know that I really believe that, but just in this, quick take, I'll say I would have them over. I'll have them over Boston. I'd have them over Miami.
Mm-hmm. Detroit. That's the only other one that I think is close. As far as full team. I mean, I guess you do have to take into account that Halliburton's going to be back in Indiana, but you trust that team. Him and Pascal Siakam.
The problem is that I look at that Cleveland team. That Cleveland team looks like a team that a 12-year-old built on 2K.
Yeah.
And
10 years ago.
And with no emotions in it. Okay. But at the end of the day, how does Evan Mobley feel about being the 4? He'd be the 2 on practically any other team in the league. And so now you're going to bring in LeBron, who will be 42 years old during the season. The best thing he does at this point is pass. He's not a good defender. I will tell you this. Having Jared Allen and Evan Mobley is the only thing that keeps his team from giving up 130 points a night.
Mm-hmm. I don't think Cleveland's the worst move for him. Because I feel like everywhere else you were either just not going to contend with again, I go back to the Warriors deal. And then I didn't really like any of the other options, like stick him on the Nuggets. What's that going to accomplish? Stick him on the Timberwolves. Is that really better? Because he's pretty much going to be in the same scenario of, okay, great. Now I'm on the 3rd to 4th best team in the conference. And at least this way I get to, end where I started. I mean, yes, there's that outside thought of, could this be a, Disney ending where LeBron comes home and they get another title and then he goes out on, on the white horse or whatever. I mean, minute 0.001% chance that something like that happens. I mean, if you're not going to actually contend for a title, is it not better to do it this way in a place that you're familiar with, in a place that means something to you?
You know what this is? And now it's in my head and I can't get rid of it. It's Weekend at Bernie's 3. The original was so good. The second run, yeah, you won a title. Other than that, I mean, of which in Cleveland winning a title is, yay. This one has no chance of not being an unmitigated disaster. I don't see a path that this ends how he wants it to.
Mm-hmm. But do you think it's win it all or bust?
Yes.
Because I don't think that's where his head's at.
Oh, I know that's not where his head's at. I don't care where his head's at. My question is where is Cleveland's head at? And Cleveland's head is at, we've won one of these ever. It was with him. Now he's coming back, and there will be a percentage of the fan base that goes, we're going to do it again. And I call those lunatics.
Lunatics, yeah.
And then there will be another part of the fan base that goes, he left us once. He actually left us twice. And I just don't care. And it's, I think he believes this will be a Disney fairy tale ending, and it won't be.
Mm-hmm.
We have our first super chat of the day.
Ooh, I have one of those. How about?
Easy money with the wink and a smile, like it ain't no thing.
It's from Matt Lister, who said the USA soccer own goal was on purpose, or at least super sketchy. The U.S. player deflected it towards the goal. I'm going to be honest. I saw that one, and by that point, I had already realized this ain't going to end the way I want it to end. I mean, Tank, I already know the answer, but I'm going to ask it anyway. How much of that did you actually watch live last night?
Nothing.
That's what I thought. I got to minute 9 and went, well, we're down 1-0, and we should be down 2-0. And it looks like our defenders completely forgot that there was a game today. And Christian Pulisic may have made a sizable wager against us, that or he's just real bad. And I made it to about minute 60, and when there was just no, I felt like that character in Family Guy. There was just no way. I want it to be so, but it will not be so. And I turned it off. And I said, good night, soccer, and you have a pleasant tomorrow, and I'll see you in 4 years. Because unfortunately, I didn't do what Tank did and just stick my fingers in my ears and go, I know how this is going to end. I bought into it. And I was disappointed. I was a little perturbed. May or may not have had a scotchy poo or two. And it didn't go the way I wanted it to go. And that seems to be what soccer is going to be in this country. It's just never going to go the way you want it to go. And the funny thing is, all I could think about was the rant that I went on to end our Upstate show yesterday of, no matter how it ends, I'm going to feel good and the momentum and all of the things. And about 30 minutes in, I went, yeah, that was crap. That was crap that I said. It doesn't make any sense. I wish I hadn't said it because I don't agree with it, because now I'm angry. And I'm not just angry. I'm really, really disappointed and angry at the same time. And it wasn't great. Now, was the own goal, was it sketchy or anything like that? I think everything in FIFA is sketchy, if I'm being really honest. Anytime I see something, I go, wonder if maybe that had an incentive behind it.
It is the most corrupt organization in sports.
Not close. And so it did cross my mind, but it was a disappointing end.
Yeah. You are in the Sportsocracy. This is ESPN Asheville. We'll take a break. When we return, we will continue to take your suggestions in the YouTube comments, as well as more super chats on the way, I'm sure.
The Atlanta Braves are on a mission, and night after night, they're making their case as one of the best teams in baseball.
3-2 to Drake. And he swings and hits a missile to deep right field to the chop house and out of here.
chopping toward another playoff run.
Olsen hits it well. Deep center field to the wall and gone!
The Mountain's home for Braves baseball is ESPN Asheville. Proudly brought to you by Parks Ford of Hendersonville.
The possibility of lung cancer can be pretty scary, especially if you're one of approximately 8 million current or former smokers at high risk. That's why SaveByTheScan.org wants you to know that now there's a breakthrough low-dose CT scan that can detect lung cancer early, and it only takes 60 seconds. You stop smoking, now start screening. For an easy quiz to see if you're eligible, visit SaveByTheScan.org. It could save your life. SaveByTheScan.org is brought to you by the American Lung Association's Lung Force Initiative and the Ad Council.
I'm David.
And I'm Christina.
And this is our Ingalls story.
Ginger's Revenge is a brewery located in Asheville, North Carolina that specializes in the production of hard ginger beer.
So we use all natural, whole ingredients, and I think that really sets us apart.
Ingalls is an amazing partner for us to work with. A lot of our fans know that they can go to Ingalls and find a lot of the flavors that we have available, and they just make it really easy for folks to purchase local products.
Selling your home? Don't settle for average. Our real estate team at Clarissa Sells WNC and eXp Realty offers Zillow Showcase, an exclusive AI-powered listing experience available to just the top 10% of all listings in our area. With immersive media, cutting-edge design, and elevated marketing, Showcase listings, they go pending quicker and sell for up to $9,000 more than standard listings. Ready to stand out in a crowded market? Give our team a call today, 828-774-6343, because your home deserves the spotlight.
This is J.W. Whitley, General Manager at Parks Ford of Hendersonville. Our value of urgency, timely, responsive, focused, prioritizing you as our customer and the community that we serve to do better, be better every day. That's the Parks Promise. Experience the Parks Promise today at parksfordhendersonville.com.
Sure, you know Appalachian Motor Coach is the official shuttle sponsor of the Living the Dream Tailgate Tour. But did you know that they can get you anywhere in style? Weddings, bachelorette parties, corporate gatherings, family reunions, Appalachian Motor Coach makes the ride part of the fun. Luxury seating, climate control, and none of the stress of parking or driving. Appalachian Motor Coach gets you there relaxed, on time, and ready for the party. For more information, visit them at AppalachianMotorCoach.com. Appalachian Motor Coach, the best memories start on the ride.
Ever since they started clearing yards after Helene, the Chainsaw Brothers stay committed to helping rebuild Western North Carolina.
Whether you have a dead tree dangling somewhere dangerous, or you need to clear years of overgrowth, tree trimming, or tree removal, we can get the job done.
It's fully insured and licensed work from local professionals you can trust.
Residential or commercial jobs, we got the tools and the crew.
Call the Chainsaw Brothers today at 316-1013. That's 316-1013.
Follow us on Facebook to see how we treat our family. And check us out at chainsawbrother.com.
Clarissa Sells WNC is the #1 team in Buncombe County. We have the customer service experience to assist you in achieving your real estate goals. Our team offers something that 90% of listings in our market won't have, Zillow Showcase. Check us out at clarissasellswnc.com.
The American Experiment. 250 years. One dream, one opportunity to soar at a time. 1776 was a long time ago. America and the world, it's a very different place. But the things we cherish, family, friendship, remain the same. Happy birthday, USA. Ingalls, American-owned since 1963.
I'm Scarlett Johansson. My family relied on public assistance to help provide meals for us. These meals fueled my involvement in theater and the arts as a child, which fostered my love for acting. The Feeding America network of food banks helps millions of people put food on the table. You can join the movement to end hunger by donating, volunteering, and advocating. Because when people are fed, futures are nourished. Join the movement to end hunger at feedingamerica.org/actnow.
Brought to you by Feeding America and the Ad Council.
Unlike other health concerns, mental illness is not always easy to see. Depression won't show up on an eye chart, and you can't measure it on your bathroom scale. Sorting out a mental health concern is not something to attempt on your own. You won't find a bipolar disorder by looking at a thermometer. Like many other health conditions, help for mental illness takes professional diagnosis and treatment. Anxiety won't just go away under a stick-on bandage. So the sooner you seek treatment, the better. If you or a loved one has a mental health concern, don't go it alone. Find out what to do. For 24-hour free and confidential information and treatment referral, call 1-800-662-HELP. Learn more at samhsa.gov/support. That's samhsa.gov/support.
ESPN Asheville. Yeah. WPEK Fairview. WMXF Waynesville. An iHeart radio station. Guaranteed human. In the heart of Beer City, USA, two men, one journey to create a sports show unlike any other. Unfiltered, raw, and honest. One of them played a soccer goalie opposite Ben Stiller. The other once scored 6 points on Steph Curry. These guys know their shit. Let's go! Tank Spencer, Jeremy Green, the Sportsocracy. Presented by Ingles Supermarkets. Low prices, love the savings.
It is the Sportsocracy, and we are coming to you live. One from the studio in Asheville. One from the Clarissa Sells WNC.com home studio here at the lovely Tank. Man, I don't have a fun little name for my house, Jeremy, and
Muppet Manor.
Feel like that's maybe something we should remedy.
The Sugar Cookie Bordeaux.
Anyway, just hanging out here at the Spencer household, trying to keep the herd of elephants upstairs from ruining the broadcast here. But hey, technology is doing that for us.
Oh yeah, the technology is crushing it today. The technology is. I'm going to be honest with you. A new thing that has happened for me. I got one of these sweet little health bracelets. So
we'll give it another try. Talk amongst yourselves.
Yep, that's what I was already doing. I got one of these little health bracelets that tells you your blood pressure, your heart rate, how you sleep, all of those different things. This has not been a fun day for my blood pressure. I've gotten a little alert that I didn't even know I didn't even know it did it. And it's alerted me every hour. You need to take a deep breath or drink some water or, I don't know, punch someone directly in the jejunum. Just keeps going off all day long. Like, hey, you seem a little tense today, buddy. What's with all the tension? Oh, I don't know. Just another day. Just doing stuff, talking about sports, but it's what we do. It's why we did this in the summer, was to figure out all of these things, all of the things that could be a problem in the fall. And we found some issues, and we're just waiting for the new system to take over and work here in Asheville and all of the things. But this is what happens when you're the guinea pigs. That's fine. We're patient humans, and we make jokes, and we talk about sports. And that's what we do, and that's what we'll continue to do here. We've already talked about Brandon Ayuk and LeBron James and the U.S. soccer team, so no topic is off the table. At the bottom of the hour, we will switch over to Fox Sports Upstate 104.9 FM down in Greenville, South Carolina. And that's our call-in show. You call in, give us your opinions, your takes, all the things. We did fix the problem of I could not hear the callers, so we will be able to hear your calls today, unlike yesterday. I believe Tank has shown back up because I can hear myself.
Can you hear me now?
I can hear you now.
Is it working? Okay. All right. Excellent. How far did I make it into it till you lost me?
You went a ways, and then I started talking, and then you kept talking in spite of the fact that you couldn't hear me.
Yes. That's always fun.
Yeah, it's having a ball.
Yes. So anyhow, we are but 64 days away from the kickoff of the NFL season, which is reason for all of us to celebrate.
Oh, 100%.
I believe my favorite social media meme response to the U.S. losing in the World Cup last night was, yeah, we're sad, but the NFL starts in less than a month. So we got that going for us.
The best way I've had it explained came out of my mouth. Explain the World Cup last night to me in a way, explain it to me in football terms. The Jets just lost to the Bengals, and somehow Jet fans fell for it, and they're really sad that they lost.
That's not a bad way to think about it, actually.
It's all I could think about last night is, ha-ha, you got me again.
You get all excited. It's because of the want. I believe we all as a people have that want for us to be competitive. It's the same kind of hype. Actually, I think it's bigger now, obviously, but I mean, it's the same kind of hype that happens around the Olympics, especially when we have a star of some kind to pull for. I think it's it's been a little while, but I mean, up to a point. I mean, Simone Biles, she was that for a while. You had Michael Phelps back in the day, Michael Johnson before that. There was always something that we could wrap ourselves in the flag and get excited because we knew something special was going to happen. The hockey is a great example of that in the Winter Olympics. That got people watching hockey again. We talked about that yesterday. Now, when you don't have the ability to win and stay competitive and actually threaten for titles, it hurts the popularity of the sport. And it's going to hurt the event. I'm really interested to see what the TV ratings are going to say.
I would wager your television ratings from last night will be the chart will be kind of funny to watch, because I'll bet at 8:05 that bad boy was on fire. By 9:05,
35 million people.
I'd say you're probably right. By 9:05, it had burned down.
Yep. And now, moving forward, I'm guessing you're going to have about a third of the audience. Maybe more. But I think that's probably about what you should expect. 35 million tuned in to see the U.S. in the final game. The end number is not going to look good. Just look at the average number. Don't look at the end broadcast number. But then I think once we get into this weekend's action and next week's semifinals and even go into the final, I don't have much hope that in America that number is going to be very high. Worldwide, your numbers won't drop off that much because it's a smaller audience here. But in America, we're certainly going to see a drop off, and I will not be shocked to see 12 million people maybe for the final.
By the end?
Yeah.
Yeah, that sounds about right. I mean, last night, I don't care how USA, red, white, and blue you were, you knew where that was headed. I don't care if you knew anything about soccer or not. You could figure it out pretty quick.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and it's unfortunate that it came to that, but maybe with another year, right, or another 4 years of experience, and maybe we'll have Christian Pulisic score a goal at some point in a World Cup game. Maybe 20. What is that? 2030? Maybe that's our year.
Yeah. I'm going to go out on a limb and say probably not.
Probably not.
Probably not.
Probably not going to be our year.
Yeah, all the things I said about depth and, look how good we're not missing anything. Yeah, last night we were. Bad. Mm-hmm. Like real bad.
Yeah. It was not good. It was not good. But we will continue to allow you to follow the World Cup on the iHeartRadio app, the official audio partner of the World Cup. We will have the match for you on Friday afternoon. Belgium and it's not Portugal. Spain. Spain's the one that just won yesterday. Yeah, Spain and Belgium on Friday afternoon. So we will not be on ESPN Asheville Friday afternoon. We will have the coverage of that game for you. iHeartRadio app for all of the other action as well.
Yeah, tomorrow will be our only other full day. We lose one of the two shows, Thursday and Friday. And then Tuesday, I won't be here because I'm playing in a charity golf tournament. Which I am excited
Which hopefully
about.
that will I was going to say, hopefully that'll bring about some new content as well. We were kicking around some ideas for that. Hopefully we can make things more interesting for you.
We have a great idea for an ice bucket challenge that the more I have thought about, the more I have really, really liked. That involves our buddy Brad Johnson.
Mm-hmm.
They don't call him Trick Shot Brad for nothing.
Big Shot Brad.
I mean, Megan's wanting the credit. I mean, she's over in the corner pointing at herself going, it was my idea. It was your idea to do the ice bucket challenge. I'm not 100% sure she knew who Brad Johnson was this morning. We brought it up, and she went, wasn't that the lead guitarist for Tool? No. His name was Brad. Wrong Brad.
Yes.
Poor Maymay's had it. She's had a bit of a rough day.
Oh.
She's been in a room with me where nothing worked for an entire day. If you think your day sucked, I want you to just remember. She's been in a room with me where everything has broken over the course of the day. I have been a peach.
Boss baby. There's a reason that we call him
Boss
that.
baby.
Mm-hmm.
Baby threw a sweet tantrum earlier that nobody got to see because it was in the back in my office. Mark Starling's guitar got to see it. If that thing ever learns to talk.
I was going to say, please don't tell me that it was part of the anger management.
No. The anger was fine. I went in there and so I've disassembled my office here in Asheville. And so we're in kind of the process of him taking over my old office and me getting everything ready to go to Greenville. And so I don't have much left in there. There's only 2 monitors that aren't plugged into anything. Those 2 were full Ralph Wiggum for about 20 minutes. Just sitting in the seat. I'm in danger.
Just wondering if they were next.
Fat Al Borland and Luke Combs, illegitimate baby here, looks like he's ready to break some stuff.
This dude's on a heater, and we are in danger.
And unfortunately, we checked his pockets. He doesn't have a heater, so we're in real danger.
Yep. Jeremy, today is Tuesday. So, I mean, technically it is a Power Rankings Tuesday.
It is.
Somebody else has done the Power Rankings, though. ESPN position by position rankings have started to come out for the upcoming season. The running backs list is out, and it doesn't look too kooky to me.
No.
Looks like everything seems to be quite in order, but there is one thing that does stick out about this.
I mean, it was weird how I looked through this list, and after all these people that told me, you're stupid to think Breece Hall's better than David Achane. Weird. One of them was 8 and one of them was 10. And I'll be honest with you, the one in between, the fact that anybody took Kenny Walker over Breece Hall makes me just want to yell at you. Because Kenny Walker's 9. And if you could tell me you've watched those 2 careers at any point for more than 3 weeks ever thought Kenny Walker was better than Breece Hall, we don't have a whole lot else to talk about.
Well, I mean, they are different style weapons. It's just one of them can do more than the other one.
Yeah,
can.
One of them can do everything, and the other one can do I mean, this is as nicely as I can say this. One of them can do a nice imitation of the other in one facet of the game. And then you take all the others, and Breece Hall's better at every single one of them than Kenny Walker. All of them. Pass catching, not close. Pass blocking, not close. So, weird. All those things you said about how stupid I was, NFL executives, they may not completely agree with me, but they don't think it's as crazy as I do. I also would like to know, how did Ashton Jeanty get a vote in this? The only way Ashton Jeanty got a vote in this poll is if Ashton Jeanty was given a vote in this poll.
John Spytek.
I'm not sure John Spytek would even vote for Ashton Jeanty at this point. In front of him.
Sure he would.
Like, they could walk up to John Spytek right now with Ashton Jeanty, hold his hand as he walked up to him and said, name the top 10 running backs in the league. And he'd have gone, Josh Jacobs, Breece Hall, Devon Achane, James Cook, Derrick Henry, Jonathan Taylor, Christian McCaffrey, Saquon Barkley, Bijan Robinson, Jahmyr Gibbs. And Ashton Jeanty just goes, what? Spytek's like, what? Did I stutter? You want me to say it again? You want me to do it in reverse? Because names ain't going to change there, buddy.
One vote. I'm saying that's one vote.
Well, he was one of the last names mentioned in honorable mentions.
Right. The also receiving votes: DeAndre Swift, Javonte Williams, Chase Brown, Ashton Jeanty, Travion Henderson, Travis Etienne, or Achane Jr.
Nope.
And Alvin Kamara.
We don't do that here. You want it to be Achane? There's an Achane at the top of the list. You spell your name that way, we'll call you that.
Mm-hmm.
Did you notice anything about this? Was there anything about this list that just kind of sounded an alarm bell for you?
No.
The top 10 made plenty of sense to me. So if you haven't seen the list, Bijan Robinson was one. I don't think anybody can argue that. All of the executives they polled, he was either one or two.
Say that again.
So Bijan Robinson was one.
Mm-hmm.
Every executive that they polled here either had him one or two.
Yes.
The ranking on this next one kind of rattles me a little bit. Jahmyr Gibbs is 2, which I would agree with. He was 1 on some ballots. Somebody had him as low as 8. You don't get to vote next year because you are a dum-dum. If you think Jahmyr Gibbs is the 8th best running back in the league, you either work for a team that has had 4 of the others, which I don't know who that would be, but I could figure it out if I thought about it hard enough. I can't even begin to fathom how you got him that low. Saquon
3 should be the lowest.
No doubt. Saquon Barkley was 3. Okay.
Yeah.
I'd have probably had McCaffrey 3. I get it. I understand how you got there. McCaffrey was 4. He was unranked on one of these, which means somebody put down 10 names and did not say Christian McCaffrey, and you, like your friend, and you may be the same person, I don't know. You don't get to vote next year. Jonathan Taylor's 5.
I would also say the person who had him 1 is equally as skewed.
Olivia Culpo. Final answer. I killed Tank.
You did. Sorry.
I killed Tank. Jonathan Taylor was 5. He was unranked on a ballot. Derrick Henry was 6. Somebody had him at 10. James Cook was 7. Somebody had him at 10. Then you have Achane, Walker, and Hall to round out the top 10. And those 3, okay, I understand how they were left off the list. The one that I can't really wrap my brain around, how is Chase Brown in also receiving votes?
I would love to know the sample size.
Quinshon Judkins somehow finished up in honorable mention and finished ahead of Chase Brown after finishing 22nd in the NFL in yards last year.
Mm-hmm.
Make that make sense, because that math is not mathing for me.
I can't. I mean, I was looking at this thinking if there's a name down here that I expect to be higher on this list or inside the top 10 next year is probably Quinshad. Not saying Chase Brown wouldn't be in that discussion as well, but I really like Quinshad.
I'm shocked Josh Jacobs didn't make it into the top 10. I mean, that probably would be my only critique, is I would have had Breece Hall at 8, I'd have had Achane at 9, and I had Josh Jacobs at 10. Kenny Walker would have been the first one. Honorable mention. I'm good with Kyron Williams. I'd have probably had Chase Brown up there. And then the rest of them, it's fine.
Sure. But again, these are not just one man's opinion. This is a culmination of executives, coaches, scouts, many voices taken into account here. And I feel like this is just another little bit of vindication for our very own at ESPN Draft, or at the NFL Draft Nerd.
Now, my question is, did you see the cornerbacks that came out today?
I think we should take a look at that.
I believe we should too, because there are some people in this list that I don't quite know what you're watching, but there's one name that is way too low, and there is one name that you must be smoking recreational crimes, or you did not watch this guy play in the last 24 months.
All right, we'll get into it. Coming up next here in the Sportsocracy on ESPN Asheville.
ESPN Asheville, your mountain weather forecast.
Thunderstorms booming around the forecast. Temperatures soaring, upper 80s, near 90 degrees the next several days, and humidity very high for western North Carolina. We're at 66 degrees tonight with an isolated storm. Afternoon storms tomorrow, 87. PM thunderstorms Thursday and Friday with mid-80s. And widely scattered afternoon storms for the weekend with low 80s Saturday and Sunday. I'm meteorologist Scott Lauriamore. That's the latest Weather Channel forecast.
This report is sponsored by Lowe's. Pros, save more on what you need to get the job done right. Right now at Lowe's, get 15% off select custom entry and interior doors. Plus, save $80 on a DeWalt 20-volt Max 2 tool combo kit, now just $169. Valid through 7/8 while supplies last. Selection varies by location.
Let's not have any lane violations. Your time-saver traffic on ESPN Asheville.
Traffic slow, 240 westbound between Charlotte Street and Montford Avenue. 26 eastbound, light delays between Brevard Road and the French Broad River. 26 westbound, busy between Airport Road and the Blue Ridge Parkway. Future, 26 westbound, busy between Elk Mountain Road and New Stock Road. 40 westbound is slow between the Smoky Park Highway and George's Branch Road. 40 westbound in Haywood County, slow between Fines Creek Road and Harmondin Road. I'm Lynn Field with your Time Saver Traffic.
This report is sponsored by Bojangles. It's bow time.
It's bow time. Some classics never go out of style, like hickory smoked bacon, egg, and American cheese on a scratch-made biscuit. For a limited time, get a bacon, egg, and cheese biscuit with crispy bow rounds for only $5. Order in the app or at Bojangles. It's bow time.
Our iHeartRadio Music Festival,
presented by Capital One,
is coming back to Las Vegas.
September 18th and 19th at T-Mobile Arena. Streaming live on Disney Plus and Hulu. A weekend full of superstar performances.
Tickets are on sale now at AXS.com.
Capital One is the proud presenting partner of iHeartRadio Music Festival, bringing great products, rewards, and services to its customers. What's in your wallet?
The World Cup is underway, and it's been incredible. On our podcast, The Away End, with Daniel Alarcon and John Green, we're talking about the games that have delighted us, the teams that have inspired us, and what surprised us, all through the lens of being massive fans of the world's most beautiful game.
Daniel, I can hardly believe the drama that the group stage brought us, but now it's time to talk about the teams that are left as the tournament reaches its crescendo and decides the next World Cup champion.
Open your free iHeartRadio app, search The Away End with Daniel Alarcon and John Green, and listen now.
Sure. You know Appalachian Motor Coach is the official shuttle sponsor of the Living the Dream Tailgate Tour. But did you know that they can get you anywhere in style? Weddings, bachelor or bachelorette parties, corporate gatherings, family reunions, Appalachian Motor Coach makes the ride part of the fun. Luxury seating, climate control, and none of the stress of parking or driving. Appalachian Motor Coach gets you there relaxed, on time, and ready for the party. For more information, visit them at AppalachianMotorCoach.com. Appalachian Motor Coach. The best memories start on the ride.
The American Experiment. 250 years. One dream, one opportunity to soar at a time. 1776 was a long time ago. America and the world, it's a very different place. But the things we cherish, family, friendship, remain the same. Happy birthday, USA. Ingalls, American-owned since 1963.
The Sportsocracy.
It is the Sportsocracy coming back to you here on ESPN Asheville. I'm live in the Clarissa Sells WNC.com home studio. Jeremy in the Ingalls studio there in Asheville. Or I guess across Asheville. We're both in Asheville, but across town. Holding it down, trying to keep his cool. And I think you're doing a fine job.
It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood.
It is indeed. Every day you learn new lessons, and whatever today's lesson is, we'll figure it out. We'll figure it out at some point. Don't get enough Sportsocracy here on ESPN Asheville. Guess what? You're in luck. 2 more hours of the Sportsocracy on the way on WROO. The Roo. Roo Radio down there in upstate South Carolina. Fox Sports Upstate. You can get us 5 to 7 weekday evenings on the iHeartRadio app. And stay tuned to the YouTube channel as well as every day. The 4-hour Sportsocracy block will be available to you in multiple ways. Not only terrestrial signals, but of course on the iHeartRadio app and on the YouTube. 3 to 5 on ESPN Asheville, and now 5 to 7 on Fox Sports Upstate down in Greenville. As we count down the days to the kickoff of the NFL season, the training camps and stuff are going to kick up here on the 21st, I think was
17th.
June 21st, I believe. 17th is the first day.
Yep, that's the Panthers and the Cardinals, first 2 teams that are in the 2 teams that are in the Hall of Fame game.
Okay, very good. We'll be making the trip to Canton, Ohio, once again for the Hall of Fame game, Panthers and the Cardinals. And then on the weekend festivities, the induction into the Pro Football Hall of Fame, Luke Keith, chief among them. I'll never forget when he first got drafted, and we were in the early days of doing this show, back when the first Jeremy was with us. And I was trying to figure out who the hell Luke Kuechly was. The name you won't mistake anymore.
Kuechly was one of those players that I was really fond of in the draft process. Everybody was too worried about his height, and I mean, look, that Boston College team was not great. And I mean, he's one of the great Panthers of all time, very well deserving of being a Hall of Famer.
I feel like that's shorting him. One of the greatest linebackers of all time, not just Panthers.
I don't disagree with what you just said. It just depends on how long the list of linebackers is.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he's definitely up there.
I mean, I would say top 7. I think he's easily top 10 all-time linebackers.
I mean,
you have to have guys like Urlacher up there and Ray Lewis and
Lawrence Taylor is he would definitely like a word. Dick Butkus, I would have Derek Brooks up there, probably higher than most. Mike Singletary's up there very, very high.
Mm-hmm.
I think those are the ones
Jack
that I
Lambert,
go.
Are you going Jack Lambert, the Toothless Wonder?
I mean, Yes-ish. I mean, and then you get into like the Ted Hendricks, and yes, they were great. They also played against, future plumbers. So,
right.
Junior Seau, we haven't said that name yet. Probably my favorite player of all time, Derek Thomas.
Okay.
But then you get into because linebacker's weird because you get those guys that played like 3-4 outside linebacker. You get the actual true off ball guys. Kuechly's great. I wish he had played longer, but I said the same thing about Patrick Willis. So,
yes, Patrick Willis, another one of those that belongs on that list.
And then we get to see Drew Brees as well. We get to see Larry Fitzgerald. It's one of my first great draft hits, and I was a sophomore in high school, and I thought I was so smart because I knew this kid from Pittsburgh was going to be really good. And then he went, 4 or 2? Is up there really high. I went, apparently I didn't uncover a gem there. Apparently I wasn't the only one that knew that.
Apparently a bunch of people knew who he was.
He was
and Roger Craig.
Good. I just hate where he went to school.
Well, of course, Mr. West Virginia, shocker of shockers, is upset that one of the greatest wide receivers of all time came from Pitt.
I'm just impressed a guy as good as Larry Fitzgerald was that good in college with 89 other guys that couldn't read. That's hard to do.
It's one of my favorite jokes.
I'm looking forward to telling him that when we get to the Hall of Fame. And when he punches me in the face, I can forever say I have been punched in the face by, without a doubt, the greatest player in Pittsburgh history.
Right. Travis Kelce, the big event took place on Friday, and I saw somebody say about that event that the most harrowing 20 minutes of Travis Kelce's life was while Tay-Tay was doing her vows, knowing that his turn to read was coming up. I know you get 5s for that one.
I would love to know what the vows sounded like with Adam Sandler. Did he sing them?
I hope not.
She sings some precious songs, and he plays football.
Foosballs.
She had some failed relationships, and he dropped some balls.
I hope it was that entertaining.
I know for a fact it wasn't.
Because when I heard Adam Sandler did the officiating, I went, that seems like a weird. That seems like a weird thing. How does Adam Sandler fit into that relationship?
Look, Taylor Swift's whole life makes my brain hurt. Somehow she's friends with good old JEFF That's one of those things that I don't care how many times I see that, it will never make sense to me that Jeff Jarrett and Taylor Swift are friends. I can't get there in my own head.
Well, she was their babysitter.
Yeah.
So, I mean, he knew her one at one time. They were close. I would be really interested if that was still a close relationship.
You know what? The number one. All right. With all the people that you've seen that were at Taylor and Travis's wedding, did you have one prevailing question? Because I did. There's one that I keep.
Why the hell was Baker Mayfield there?
That's a good one. Mine was, what did Mike Vrabel's invitation say? Did it say Mike Vrabel and spouse? Did it say Mike Vrabel +1?
Just +1.
What?
Well,
I mean, I know for a fact it didn't say +1 because Tay-Tay's like, he is not bringing her to my wedding. You know it. I know it. My wife did that. No, you tell him. You tell him. My mom told me to tell you. She has to stay at home.
Really? Okay.
She didn't really.
There was one of those at your wedding?
She didn't really do that, but there was one person that she wanted me to inform. We're inviting you.
That it's not going to be cool if you show up?
No, we want you to show up. We just don't want heathen that you're with to show up.
How? I have to know. How does one have that conversation?
Pretty much like it just went. We love you. I can't remember his name. He must go.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, it's a lie. He must not go.
That is a whole lot easier to handle when it's that way. If the roles are reversed, that's a real tough one.
What do you
How
mean?
do you invite a man and not his wife to the wedding?
I asked Jeremy to do it.
Or whatever.
How do you do it? Yeah, ask Jeremy to do it. Actually,
Jeremy
frankly, it's a service that I thought about offering door-to-door years ago. Oh, you have bad news that you want to tell somebody? Let Jeremy do it. I'll do it in song.
You do have a better beard than John, so
yeah,
there is that.
I'll show up. I will show up at people's for the low fee of way more money than you want to pay. I will show up at someone's door and tell them horrible news. I might even tell them that I'm a Luke Combs impersonator. Might even break out in a verse of Beautiful Crazy. And then just, he cheated on you. Bye.
Jeremy's going to start his own service. It's called The Draft Nerd Ruins Your Day.
Bingo. YourStockIsDown.com.
Jeremy's Bad News Service, now available in the upstate and western North Carolina.
Busts aren't just draft things.com.
All right, we're going to take the break here in the Sportsocracy on ESPN Asheville. We will get back to the pseudo power rankings Tuesday here. Talk about the list that came out today of the poll, I guess, of execs and coaches and scouts and how they look at the 2026 season at the cornerback position in the NFL. We shall return right after this.
ESPN Asheville, your mountain weather forecast.
Thunderstorms booming around the forecast. Temperatures soaring, upper 80s, near 90 degrees the next several days, and humidity very high for western North Carolina. We're at 66 degrees tonight with an isolated storm. Afternoon storms tomorrow, 87. PM thunderstorms Thursday and Friday with mid-80s. And widely scattered afternoon storms for the weekend with low 80s Saturday and Sunday. I'm meteorologist Scott Lauriamore. That's the latest Weather Channel forecast.
This report is sponsored by Lowe's. Pros, save more on what you need to get the job done right. Right now at Lowe's, get 15% off select custom entry and interior doors. Plus, save $80 on a DeWalt 20-volt Max 2 tool combo kit, now just $169. Valid through 7/8 while supplies last. Selection varies by location.
Zipper merge, people. It's not that hard. Your time-saver traffic on ESPN Asheville.
Traffic slow, 240 westbound between Charlotte Street and Montford Avenue, 26 eastbound slowing between I-40 and the French Broad River, 26 westbound delays between Airport Road and the Blue Ridge Parkway. Future, 26 westbound slowing between Elk Mountain Road and New Stock Road. 40 westbound is slow between Fines Creek Road and Harmondin Road. US 19 southbound delays between Riverside Drive and New Leicester Highway. I'm Lee Minfield with your time saver traffic.
This report is sponsored by Bojangles. It's bow time.
It's bow time. Some classics never go out of style, like hickory smoked bacon, egg, and American cheese on a scratch-made biscuit. For a limited time, get a bacon, egg, and cheese biscuit with crispy bow rounds for only $5. Order in the app or at Bojangles. It's bow time.
At Asheville Smiles Cosmetic and Family Dentistry, they believe in world-class dental care with a hometown heart, and patients notice the difference. One recent review said, "I can't say enough wonderful things about this place." They shared how Dr. Merrill has built a practice centered around the patient experience, helping people feel welcomed, comfortable, and calm every step of the way. They also love how involved Asheville Smiles is in our local community. So if you're looking for world-class dental care with a hometown heart, visit AshevilleSmiles.com.
For more information about contests on this station, go to ESPNAVL.com/rules.
From the FIFA World Cup to competitive business environments, grand ambitions lead to game-changing achievements. At Bank of America, we're there to support businesses at every step, providing insights and expertise to help you gain an edge.
He shoots, he scores!
What would you like the power to do? Explore winning business solutions at BofA.com/gamechangers. Bank of America, official bank of the FIFA World Cup 2026.
Sponsored by the North Carolina Department of Health and Human Services.
iHeartRadio FIFA World Cup Update.
Lionel Messi continues to wow at this tournament, scoring the tying goal in Argentina's 3-2 comeback win over Egypt.
Oh, it's gone in. It's 2-2. And who else? Lionel Messi, the savior for Argentina.
Enzo Fernandez scored the winner in stoppage time. Argentina plays the winner of Colombia and Switzerland next.
Download the iHeartRadio app for live Fox coverage of every game.
988 is the number that can make a difference.
It's the number to use when you need help and you don't know where to turn.
Call, text, or chat 988 day or night.
988, the National Suicide and Crisis Lifeline.
Brought to you by the North Carolina Department of Health and Human Services.
Clarissa sells WNC as the #1 team in Buncombe County. We have the customer service experience to assist you in achieving your real estate goals. Our team offers something that 90% of listings in our market won't have, Zillow Showcase. Check us out at clarissasellswnc.com.
Welcome back into the Sportsocracy on ESPN Asheville. It's time for the most important message of the day.
Don't do crimes. And the rest of Bad Boys. Don't do crimes and the rest of Bad Boys is the most important message of the day.
What's that?
I said don't do crimes and the rest of Bad Boys
Yes.
is the most
Yes,
important message of the day.
Yes. Yes. Now, Jeremy, you said your story is great, so I'm going to let you just tell it.
So my story is about let's see, I lost his name. Thomas Redrick Williams. He may be an all-time bad choice to be in a wedding. He was a groomsman, wedding in Wisconsin just a few weeks ago. Do you remember the Seinfeld episode of Don't Double Dip the Chip? George double dips in the guacamole. Yes. and the cousin. This story has way too much in common with that. It has a wildly different ending. Groomsman, one Thomas Williams there. He may have had a libation or two during the festivities. He then goes to the buffet and starts eating meatballs with his hands. A cousin of the bride tells Mr. Williams, "Hey, you heathen, how about you get a plate and eat your meatballs not with your hooves, but with a fork, you fatus." He responded by punching the guy in the face. First of all, if a wedding is so tense that you are one, could you do that with a plate away from haymakers? There was a fight happening at this wedding at some point. It was just looking for a place to land. So these two get into it. Multiple witnesses see this. And at some point, we got a bang-bang. And the only reason I know that, the story's a little disjointed, and I'm not 100% sure how all of these things happened. The bride shows up when cops arrive. She has a key fob in her hand. She says that the man, Mr. Williams, who she affectionately refers to as Bug, also, good indicator. You got a friend named Bug? That dude is going to show his keister at your wedding. Maybe literally, maybe figuratively. You find out. Have an open bar. It'll be great, they said. She has a key fob in her hand and tells officers that Bug tried to leave the kitchen with a gun. Is there a part of this story that's a little strange there?
I mean, it's all sounding strange right now.
She says that Bug tried to, this is a grown man with a gun, tried to leave the wedding. This is the bride. Why does she have the key fob in her hand?
Okay. I don't know.
What had to happen here? So we have a man with a key fob in one hand, a bang bang in the other, and a good load on. Do you think he handed it to her? That's going to be a no. Because he didn't. Because she wrestled the key fob and the gun away from him. First of all, Bride Hall of Fame. The bride in the dress went, Boog's not messing up my day. Tay-Tay, watch this. And went full Steven Seagal. I've been flying helicopters for like 74 years and just ripped the skippy right out of his hand. I don't even know what to do with that other than say, Mr. Groom, I don't know your name, but I know this much. You have married well, my friend, and don't piss her off because she will cut you. I promise.
That was where mine was at. Was like, okay, yeah, you got a woman that can take care of business, but you better hope you're not that business at some point.
Oh yeah, you don't want to become the business. Mr. Williams is facing 2 counts of first-degree reckless injury with a dangerous weapon, which, by the way, breaks my rule of no crime should have more than 7 syllables in it. Possession of a firearm by a convicted felon, and bail jumping. This is the fun part for me to go. He was out on bail, and he was a groomsman in a wedding. Jeremy's book of rules on life. If Boog is out on bail, Boog doesn't get to be part of the bridal party.
Like he gets just to be part of the wedding before he has to go back.
What happens?
That's all he wanted to do.
What happens from there? That's what I got stuck on as I was reading this story. So the bride, who in my head now is really dirty because she's been rolling around on the ground with Boog, does she at some point try to get the wedding back on course? Or do they just break out the fireball and have a hootenanny? Because that's where my brain was.
Well, the first thing she's got to do is pick the peanut shells out of her hair, and then I'm sorry, was that too mean?
There's no doubt in my mind there were some animals in this wedding. I bet they had a ring bear, like a literal ring bear.
Yes, the actual ring bear.
No doubt, it was a ring black bear. We found him. He's our pet.
Wearing a Donald the Pooh wig, probably.
No doubt. And they had a flower possum. We domesticated this possum to throw rose petals. He only clawed out Billy Bob and John Boy's eyes 3 times. He's a good little critter.
Mm-hmm. All right, I'll save mine for tomorrow. We'll see if I can get to it.
Oh, you didn't think I could?
Tomorrow,
you didn't think you could top Boog's? Boog starts firing at the bridal party.
No. I mean, I've got a pretty weird one, but I'll sandbag it for tomorrow so we can spend a little bit of time here talking about the cornerbacks for 2026. The poll has been taken of the execs and the scouts. Players involved in this as well? No, coaches, on who the best cornerbacks of the 2026 NFL season are going to be. And number 1, Patrick Surtain.
Duh.
Got no problems with that.
How did somebody vote him 5?
2? That is a good question. Derek Stingley at 2.
A little high for me,
6.
but
Christian Gonzalez at 3.
Yeah, that's fine.
His lowest was 10. I dare you to name me 9 that are better.
What do you get to the next
Devin Witherspoon at 4. No,
I'm good. Yeah, I'm good. So far we're good.
That high?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Frankly, I'd have had Devin Witherspoon and Christian Gonzalez ahead of Derek Stingley, but that's just me.
Wow. Okay.
I would also have the guy at 5 and 6 ahead of Derek Stingley, but also just me again.
Trent McDuffie at 5. Quinion Mitchell at 6.
There's where my problem comes in. How is Quinion Mitchell that low? How is he that? Do you just not watch this team? Are you holding it against him that Cooper DeJean's on this team? Are you holding his coordinator against him? I'd have had Quinion Mitchell at 2, and I wouldn't have thought about it for a second. It would have been Pat Surtain 1. The next name on that list is Quinion Mitchell. From there, the next 4, you could put those in any order you want to.
Denzel Ward 7, J.C. Horn at 8.
Both of those.
Sauce Gardner at 9.
Both of those. The first 2 you said, Ward and Horn, both felt a little high to me. And then I got to Sauce Gardner at 9 and went, you watched him lately? Because if he's your 9th best corner, you think there's only 10 corners in the league, and 10 is Brandon Stevens. So I'm not real sure how we got here. I mean, the kid's forced 3 turnovers in his life.
Sure.
And he was – by the time he got to Indianapolis, I don't know if he was mentally broken. And you know what? He might turn back into that guy he once was with the Jets. But I'm not real sure how you had him that high.
It's potential. I guess that's a potential vote. He's still 24 years old.
No doubt. He could still turn into an absolute legend in this league.
Right. Full season in Indianapolis, maybe things change. And then you had Cooper DeJean at 10. Honorable mentions, Kamari Lassiter, Joey Porter Jr., A.J. Terrell Jr., and Jalen Johnson.
Yeah.
Who did they miss?
I'm fine, I guess. See, to me, corner, there's just such a drop-off. That's why I was so vehement about the high side. Like, I wanted to be upset about Denzel Ward and about J.C. Horn. And then I figured out I can't because the high side's still that high. And there's not really anybody I can put in that place. Sauce Gardner, I'm not going to lie, I laughed. When I saw this list, I audibly laughed out loud and went, didn't watch him last year, did you? You're still stuck on 2 years ago, Sauce Gardner, because he does not belong in the top 10. I'll be honest with you, at this point, I would take every corner, obviously DeJean. I would take every corner in the honorable mention outside of Joey Porter. And Joey Porter's a weird one. I just think he has one specific skill set, which kind of fits into Sauce. And I'm not sure it's what you're actually being asked to do with Sauce. With Joey, I know it is. That's exactly what you're going to be. With Sauce Gardner, I just don't know that he's ever going to become that guy again. And then you get into the ones that I'm really high on. I love Travis Hunter. I think Travis Hunter, they did him a tremendous disservice last year, trying to make him a receiver that played corner instead of a corner that played receiver. I've always really liked Byron Murphy. I think he's super underrated because he plays predominantly out of the slot, but he's still really good. I was impressed somebody voted for DJ Turner because when the real star turn happened there, the Bengals were not much to watch. But that's one of the reasons I feel so good about Cincinnati this year is I think that kid has only just begun to scratch the surface of what he is.
Mm-hmm. Diamador Lenore. Also receiving votes that I thought that's going to fry Jeremy's brain.
It didn't do much for me, I'm not going to lie. There are just certain guys that I think get way too much respect because of the team they play for. And then there are certain other guys that get no respect whatsoever because of the team they play for. And that's why I said the thing I said about DJ Turner. I was shocked he was on the list because I just assumed that was going to be the one that got left off.
Right.
That deserved to be up there. I mean, look, there are more. I know you hate Jamel Dean.
Yes.
But, I mean, Jamel Dean, he should have gotten a vote in this. Javarius Ward, I'm shocked nobody, not one person put his name on this list. Really? Okay. Noel Williams.
But wouldn't he have been 2 years ago?
He would have been. Then he was hurt last year. He only played,
right.
I think it was just under 500 snaps. So I get it. Marcus Jones. How did nobody at any point say Marcus Jones?
Mm-hmm.
Like you threw out Diamador Lenore and you didn't throw out Marcus Jones. Okay. Maybe we look at the sport differently. I can't believe all of us did, and there wasn't one person on my side, but okay.
Okay. Speaking of, we're going to have to call it quits for today. Time is up, and that means we got to switch on over down to the upstate of South Carolina. Tune in to us on the iHeartRadio app. Stick with us on the YouTube stream as well. We'll be back with you tomorrow right here on ESPN Asheville at 3. Take care.
News Radio 570 WWNC. Now on FM.
Isn't it great? Ooh, that's how it always starts. But then later there's running and screaming.
92.9 FM.
Hi, I'm Smokey Bear, and I made an assistant to help you prevent wildfires.
Dude, I've got this. I've been camping since I was 5 years old.
But I am a camping influencer.
You know what? I'll bet you $5. Assistant Smokey, what is the best way to put out a campfire?
To put out a campfire, drown with water, stir, drown again. Then make sure the fire is out cold by feeling with the back of your hand.
Wait, really?
I'll take the $5.
Learn more at SmokeyBear.com.
Brought to you by the U.S. Forest Service, your state forester, and the Ad Council.
This is ESPN Asheville, home of the Sportsocracy. Weekday afternoons, 3 to 5.
I would not hold a special draft for a kid who gambled on his own team. I'm going to suspend you for a year just out of basic principle anyway.
Asheville's #1 sports station, ESPN Asheville.
As veterans, we're no strangers to helping others.
That's what we were taught, service before self.
But we do have one question for the veterans listening.
When was the last time you reached out for help?
If you or someone you know needs resources, whether it's for stress, finances, employment, or mental health, don't wait. Reach out.
Find more information at va.gov/reach. That's va.gov/reach.
Brought to you by the United States Department of Veterans Affairs and the Ad Council.
Ever since they started clearing yards after Helene, the Chainsaw Brothers stay committed to helping rebuild Western North Carolina.
Whether you have a dead tree dangling somewhere dangerous, or you need to clear years of overgrowth, tree trimming, or tree removal, we can get the job done.
It's fully insured and licensed work from local professionals you can trust.
Residential or commercial jobs, we got the tools and the crew.
Call the Chainsaw Brothers today at 316-1013. That's 316-1013.
Follow us on Facebook to see how we treat our family. And check us out at chainsawbrother.com.
Sure, you know Appalachian Motor Coach is the official shuttle sponsor of the Living the Dream Tailgate Tour. But did you know that they can get you anywhere in style? Weddings, bachelor or bachelorette parties, corporate gatherings, family reunions, Appalachian Motor Coach makes the ride part of the fun. Luxury seating, climate control, and none of the stress of parking or driving. Appalachian Motor Coach gets you there relaxed, on time, and ready for the party. For more information, visit them at AppalachianMotorCoach.com. Appalachian Motor Coach, the best memories start on the ride.
I'm David.
And I'm Christina.
And this is our Ingalls story.
Ginger's Revenge is a brewery located in Asheville, North Carolina that specializes in the production of hard ginger beer.
So we use all natural, whole ingredients, and I think that really sets us apart.
Ingalls is an amazing partner for us to work with. A lot of our fans know that they can go to Ingalls and find a lot of the flavors that we have available. And they just make it really easy for folks to purchase local products.
Do better, be better every day. That's the Parks Promise. Our mission, to improve lives with every interaction. This is JW, General Manager at Parks Ford Hendersonville. Experience the Parks Promise today at parksfordhendersonville.com. That's parksfordhendersonville.com.
Clarissa sells WNC as the #1 team in Buncombe County. We have the customer service experience to assist you in achieving your real estate goals. Our team offers something that 90% of listings in our market won't have, Zillow Showcase. Check us out at clarissasellswnc.com.
The Rich Eisen Show.
Joining us is Taylor Twellman right now. Is it fair that they've got to take on Bosnia and Herzegovina? Come on now.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. It's two countries. It's ridiculous.
Two countries. You know, like Bosnia is not enough.
ByTheScan.org wants you to know that now there's a breakthrough low-dose CT scan that can detect lung cancer early, and it only takes 60 seconds. You stop smoking. Now start screening. For an easy quiz to see if you're eligible, visit SaveByTheScan.org. It could save your life. SaveByTheScan.org is brought to you by the American Lung Association's Lung Force Initiative and the Ad Council.
To some, a baby's babbling doesn't mean much, but it does. Especially if there's no babbling at all.
Little to no babbling by 12 months or later is just one of the possible signs of autism in children. Learn more at autismspeaks.org. Brought to you by Autism Speaks and the Ad Council.
Portions of the following program were pre-recorded.
ESPN Asheville. WPEK Fairview. WMXF Waynesville. An iHeart radio station. Guaranteed human.
All right, can you hear me?
Yo, I can hear you.
You can hear me?
Tank. Oh, there we go. I can hear y'all.
Perfect. I cannot hear Tank.
You can't hear Tank?
Your free
no, there it
iHeartRadio
was.
app.
Never
Search
mind.
the Away End with Danielle Alarcon and John Green, and listen now.
Number one on
There
your
it
car
is.
radio preset and the new and improved iHeartRadio.
All right, can you still hear me?
I'm Fox Sports Upstate, an iHeartRadio
I cannot
station.
hear anything coming
Guaranteed
from
human.
You can't
From the
hear
Fox
me?
Sports Studios in Los Angeles.
I can't hear.
Here's Isaac Lowenkron.
In the round of 16
not
at
good.
the World
That is
Cup
not
today, Argentina rallied from a 2-0 deficit to beat
I know why.
Egypt
I know why.
3-2. Argentina got on the board in the 79th minute, and then 4 minutes after that, here is Derek Ray on Fox.
On the way through.
Can you hear him now?
Is he talking?
I do not hear him, no. So the brick, why is that not coming through? I can hear him right.
Final score, Argentina 3,
Yo.
Egypt 2.
I can hear
Argentina
you.
will
I can
face
hear you
either
now.
Switzerland or
Oh,
Colombia
okay, cool.
in the quarterfinals.
We got about 8
right
seconds left
now
on
in
this, and then it
Vancouver,
hits the,
Switzerland
open.
and Colombia
Okay.
are scoreless in the 43rd
I
minute
cannot move
of the
it.
first half.
Ooh, Tank, let's
His
play a
audio's
fun
coming.
game.
And welcome into the Sportsocracy.
Brought to you live by Ingles Markets. Low prices.
So you'll be able to hear
Love
me.
the savings.
What? Wait, you don't like peanut butter and jelly?
It's the year of the quarterback.
Old Trip and May Mayo.
You still hear me?
Yes.
Okay. Welcome in to the Sportsocracy Upstate here on 104.9 FM Fox Sports Upstate. We are connected. It feels as though everyone can hear us. We have a loophole that is getting us around the one thing that we can't hear, and that is we cannot hear Trey, but we have a loophole for that. Tank Spencer, I asked this question with bated breath. Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Let's go.
Things are happening.
Let's go. We can each hear each other.
Well, my friend.
All is well. We had our first show in Asheville today in the new time slot. Things have gotten a little, they've been a little fun. We're figuring stuff out as we go, but we're getting closer.
Mm-hmm.
I can definitively hear you better than I've heard you for the last 2 hours, so we're getting closer.
Well, that's good.
Tank, now that I can actually hear you with consistency, how are you today, buddy?
I'm doing well. I'm doing just fine. I'm treading water with the technology. I think I'm doing a great job considering my skill level. So somehow we've made it through 2 hours of radio and only had a couple of dropouts. Obviously, the hurdles that are put forth before me are challenging. However, I think if we take it day by day, we take it one step at a time, we play as a team, and we too can be successful.
I believe that is the path forward as we move through the circles and life and all of the things. This is your show, the Sportsocracy here on 104.9 FM Fox Sports Upstate. Get involved. We want you involved. Text line is always open. Text line in the show is always very active. That is one thing that Tank and I have had to kind of get used to. We're not used to phones, and we're not used to things like that because we haven't had those forever. So we want you involved. We want to talk to you as much as we can. Those numbers are call-in lines 864-240-5480. Text lines 864-777-9593. You can also find us on YouTube. You can't see Tank today. His internet is not it's not quite a beautiful day in the neighborhood. Tank, tell the people how things are wired in your house right now.
Oh man, so the only way I was able to make this work was through my wife's iPhone hotspot because I can't connect any other way. I would love to tell you all about the ins and outs of that and my true feelings, but
we cannot.
I may get in trouble.
We cannot do that.
To save the names of the not so innocent, we will just put it at it's been a struggle, and we're efforting.
We're efforting all of the things, but I can say we're much closer today than we have been in the past. We've got like 2 things left to figure out, and then we'll be perfect. And I learned today that we have been the guinea pigs of this system because no one has ever done it this way before. So,
this is what we're here for. We are here to do the things that no one else is willing to.
We do a lot. We're out in the public a lot. We do shows from all over the place. And so we have to have some different ways than other shows do. And that's fine. You know what's not happy about today? The run's over. World Cup run comes to an end last night, 4-1 loss to Belgium. We did not play well. And yes, I use we because this is America, so I can say that. We did not play well at all. And now I ask a simple question of you, Mr. Spencer. Do you think soccer gained any traction in this country from where we started to where we got to?
I believe firmly that soccer gained traction. I know I'm not the biggest fan. I know that at some point I'm probably going to have to pay a little bit of attention to it. But I think it grows every day. Just the fact of having the World Cup in America has, I think, done great things to grow the game. Now, will the interest in, casual television viewing remain now that the U.S. is no longer in the tournament in these here United States? No, it will not. I would be willing to bet my house on that. You're not going to continue to get 35 million people, which is what I think the number for last night's game will be. I don't think you're getting that many people to tune in for a lesser-known sport where we're not competing in it anymore. I don't think the casuals are going to carry over. However, I do think that you're making new fans every day. It's a whole nother generation that are getting excited about a sport that is outside the big four.
Well, and that's funny.
And I think
I don't think we have a big four anymore. I'm firmly of the belief we don't have a big four anymore. There's a big one, there's a mediocre two, and then there's a bunch of regional. Honestly, name me a sport that is a big four at this point. That's not the NFL.
Well, I mean, I think they stayed the same. The numbers just got smaller, and the gap got bigger between 1 and 2. I mean, your main 4 sports are always going to be football, baseball, basketball, and I will include hockey in that. Hockey's always been bigger in America, in my eyes, than soccer has.
I would say hockey. Right now, hockey, Major League Baseball, and the NBA are wildly close to each other, depending on what part of the country you're in. It's bigger in New York. The NBA is bigger in New York because there's a lot of guys and girls that grew up as New York Knicks fans. So when the Knicks are good, I'm in. When the Knicks are bad, I'm out. I would say the NBA is the most volatile. I would say Major League Baseball is the second most volatile. And then you get to soccer, the NHL, and all the subsidiary sports that are very niche. They're just niche sports. That's what they are. So now I'm going to this is the point in the program where Jeremy crosses his fingers and he hopes to all that's holy that he hearkens on to the bastion that keeps us together of one Mr. Trey Falco, and we can hear him too. I did not hear Trey. That's not a good sign. I do not love that. We will figure that out as we go along. I cannot hear Trey, which is not that's not great. But we can hear each other, which is better than it was yesterday. We're going through it day by day. Tank, the only person I know in America that didn't watch any of the World Cup.
Yes. I mean, I've seen seconds of it live. I've seen a bunch of highlight clips, but to me, it is the most highlighty of sports. If you're a true soccer fan and you take exception to that, I guess I apologize, but not really. It's another one of those. I mean, I feel hockey is the same way. Hockey and baseball's real close. The slower, more boring sports, as they're called. We live in such a highlight society that I don't have to watch them. It's just not a necessity anymore. Jeremy, I believe it was on this program yesterday that you were talking about, when you can go to a game and have to go to the bathroom during that game. And if you missed something on the court, there's a good chance you've watched it 4 times by the time you get back to your seat.
No doubt.
On your phone. Because we're an instant gratification kind of society, and social media gives that to us. And so if I'm not really that interested, I can catch up tomorrow. And I don't feel like I really missed anything. I don't get the intricacies of the sport, right? The art, the beauty of soccer, I don't get it. You don't get it about baseball, and lots of people do. I used to get it a lot more than I do recently, but I still understand it. Every sport has a beauty to it. Every sport has an art to it. And just like regular art, not all art is for everybody. My blind spot are soccer and hockey, because there's not there's a lot going on in hockey, a lot more than I think going on in soccer, but still sitting around for 3 hours to watch somebody maybe score is not my idea of a good time.
For sure.
I'll wrap myself in the flag and I'll pull for the best of us, or the best for us. But it also doesn't keep me from being logical about where we're at. And that was the only thing I was saying yesterday, of don't get so far ahead of yourselves and think that this is a foregone conclusion that we're going to win. We've never been really good at soccer, and we've still got a long, long way to go. We're not in the class of the other countries that rule this sport right now. We never really have been. We've made it to 1 round of 8 in our history. It's just not something that we're born with. And we like a winner. And when we've never had a winner, I mean, it's easy to get wrapped up into false hope.
Well, I mean, and that's one thing in this country. We love a winner.
This cycle every 4 years.
We love a winner.
I think we go through this cycle every 4 years.
This one felt different to me. And maybe it was just because I got more into it, which I don't think I did. I think I do this every 4 years. This one felt different, that it was taking over bars in this country. And that, to me, feels different. It feels like if we could give the country a winner, if we could have advanced last night, we would be in a position for this to take hold the way that I feel like a lot of us have been expecting it would do at some point for 25 years. But then we had the absolute grumper that was last night, and I feel like it takes some of the zeal off because we are looking for a winner.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, look, you can see this down the line in sports. The Kansas City Chiefs, they were the 17th most popular team in this league at best. Now they're the 5th highest evaluated. Why? Because they went to 6 Super Bowls. New England Patriots, same thing. I mean, there were people talking about them having to move out of New England back in the 80s. Now it's the 2nd highest valuation of any team in the league because they had the Brady era and they had the Belichick era. That's what we need for U.S. soccer. What we need here in this program, you to get involved, call in line 864-240-5480 or hit us with a text. We've already had a couple of those. We'll get to those after the commercial break, 864-777-9593. As always, we're brought to you by Ingles Markets. Our friends, everybody eats. You're on your way home, you're a little peckish, hit up the Ingles Deli, hit up the bakery, hit up all the wonderful things that you can find at your local Ingles. And if you need to do curbside, just give them a little time. Put your groceries in the bag, show up, and they'll load your car for you. They're our friends. They can be your friends too. Ingles-markets.com. He's Tate Spencer. He's Trey Falco. I'm Jeremy Green, and we'll be back right after this on 104.9 FM, Fox Sports Upstate.
Upgrade to the Mattress Firm's July 4th sale. Choose from a curated selection of
Trey, 2. Yeah, I can hear you. All right, I cannot hear myself now for some reason, but that's okay. I can deal with that. I should be able to. Oh, I can't hear Tank because he's not on the board. In theory, I don't need Tank on the brick. Okay. I'm figuring this out as I go. So now I know how to fix this. I don't have the device to fix it, but one day from now I can fix it. I need a splitter. I need a splitter that allows my headphones to go into this port. So I need that little box that I had when I was down there last week. So text Tank and tell him during the breaks I can't hear him, but I'll switch my headphone jack. We won't have oh no, I was talking to Megan. She's sitting across from me. I won't be able to hear him in the breaks, but I can. The 2 plugs are like 6 inches away from each other, so I can just move them back and forth. And when we have a call, I can just switch over to you because if I can hear you, I can hear the phone lines. Perfect. I can switch between the 2. If I had time to connect that thing and fix this, I would totally do it, but I don't. Dig it. He is quiet. I don't know why that. Oh, I know why. I know why. All right, you're going to lose me here in just a second. Oh. I lost everything. All right, Trey, I lost everything when I moved it for some reason. Yes. 104.9 Fox Sports Upstate. He's Trey Falco. I'm Jeremy Green. Tank Spencer is now lost in the ether because we're bouncing between. Can't quite figure out which one this is supposed to be on, but we're going to get there at some point. If we try hard enough for long enough, it will eventually get there. But for some reason now my headphones don't work. It's almost like this studio is possessed by the devil. And just every time you touch something, something goes sideways and someone disappears. Tank, can you hear me?
I can hear you.
There he goes. Yeah. And Tank reappears from the ashes, but we lost a. It's almost like we're having. You remember back in the day when we had three-way calling and you kept trying to merge it, and when you merged it, somebody would drop off? That's exactly what we're doing right now. But you do have Tank Spencer, you do have Jeremy Green, and you do have our text-in line, which is always a great way to get a hold of the show, 864-777-9593. In that break, I do believe I figured out the way to fix all of this forever. I just don't have one with me right now, but one U.S. day from today, we will.
One of these days.
We will have it again. We will have it again. It's been a process. But we did all of this in July for a reason. Because come football season, it will all be hunky-dunky.
And it is almost here, my friend. We are under a month from the kickoff of the preseason. We are just a little over 2 months away from the kickoff of the regular season of the NFL. And that means what? We're 5 weeks, 6 weeks from the start of college.
Yes, football. And college football, this is going to be a year. I mean, if you're not a college football, if you're one of those people, and I hear these a lot, people say that I'm more of an NFL fan than I am college. This is a great year for it to be you. Because if you're looking for something to pull for, you got a lot of it this year. You look at the way too early college football top 25s, there's a lot of heavy hitters on these lists. I mean, Tank, I don't know if you agree with me, but to me, the best team in college football it's either Ohio State or it's Oregon. Oregon's tough to trust.
Okay.
And that's why I have to put Texas up there. I think you and I will see the top two teams in the country in Austin, Texas, the first week of September, Ohio State Buckeyes, Texas Longhorns. Do you disagree with what I just said?
No, I do not. Texas was the one I was thinking of when you said Oregon, and I was like, oh, okay. I mean, Oregon obviously is going to have a lot of positives to it, right? I mean, you've got maybe the best quarterback in the country in Dante Moore. I know what he did in the playoffs last year. I saw it too. I still think he's if he's not in the top three, I think you're doing it wrong.
Well, I mean, Dante Moore had a really bad game in the absolute worst possible time that you could have. I mean, the worst game he had of the season was on the biggest stage of them all.
Mm-hmm.
That doesn't change what he did leading up to that.
No, it doesn't. And it's not going to change what he's going to be able to do this year with a little more maturation. Obviously I'm a big fan of the coaching staff there at Oregon with old Dan Lanning. I think he is the guy that is going to bring a national championship to Oregon if he stays. I just don't know if it's maybe Oregon is just my next. I'm going to have to see it to believe it. Right? We talked about when we talk about the NFL, we talk about the Buffalo Bills. I'm going to have to see it to believe it. The Baltimore Ravens, how many times have we talked about them being favorites to win the Super Bowl? I'm going to have to see it to believe it. Oregon is one of those I go, look, I've seen you on that big stage a bunch of times, and never have I walked away thinking you were the best one in the country. Maybe this is the year, but what does the rest of that team look like? Is it as deep as an Ohio State? Probably not.
Well, I mean, Ohio State's filthy. I mean, if you're an Ohio
Right.
State hater, I hate to tell you this, but you're about to have a rough year. Because, I mean, Julian's saying, you can say what you want about him not taking shots. You can say what you want about him not being an aggressive down the field quarterback. He doesn't have to be. And this team is stacked with talent. I mean, nobody talks about this, but they got a freshman that may be the best receiver they've ever had. Chris Henry Jr. may be the best receiver Ohio State's ever had. And I know that's high praise for a high school kid, but that's a high school kid that can ball.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I know I'm biased because his dad was a West Virginia guy, so I've known about this kid for a long time.
Mm-hmm.
But that kid
and one
can
of the
play.
saddest stories in NFL history,
no doubt.
And I'm glad, and it's going to do my heart good to see this kid on a football field. It's a great story, and the fact that he is considered one of the, I guess, the next generational talent is just a bigger part of that story. And I think there's no doubt that Ohio State is, to me, the number one team in the country. I would have Texas up there. Oregon's close. And after that, I'm not really sure. I think at this point, I'll say I'm so ignorant about the rest of the country that I would probably be willing to say I'll take those three, give you the field, and we'll see how this shakes out.
And the three you took were Ohio State, Texas, and who?
And Oregon.
Oregon brought back a ridiculous accumulation of talent in terms of defensive linemen. I mean, I don't know that I've ever seen that many talented guys come back to a school at one time. And if I have, it's been a long, long time ago. I mean, Bear Alexander, Mateo Uyunglele, Amari Washington. I didn't say Bear Alexander. I mean, that team is stacked. But I fall back to what you said. It's hard for me to trust them.
Mm-hmm. Do you trust anybody outside the Big Ten or the SEC now? Because I don't. Because I'm thinking about Miami.
There's two ways to look at
Notre
that.
Dame. Mm-hmm.
There's two completely different ways to look at that. I could say I know the talent for any team in the Big Ten, the SEC. They have access to talent that just very few other people do. And I would say that's probably the route that you were getting ready to take there. Am I right?
Yes.
That's one way to look at it. Then I look at it from the opposite perspective. They also have to play talent that nobody else has to deal with. I look at Clemson's, Miami's, Texas Tech's, the higher end of those next-tier conferences. You don't play schedules like that. You don't have to go and name any random team in the SEC. I do not care which one. We did not plan this.
LSU.
If you pull up LSU's schedule, and I just so happen to know this one reasonably well, LSU starts at home against Clemson, which is no picnic. Then they get their fun SEC, hey, we play a team in our state that we're going to beat by 472,000 points. That is Louisiana Tech. From there, they go Ole Miss, Texas A&M, McNeese. That's an easy win. At Kentucky, who will be light years better with Will Stein. Mississippi State, who's got Jeff Lebby and can score points. Auburn, who's going to be light years better. Alabama, who I think is down but is still Alabama. Texas, at Tennessee, at Arkansas. You have, 3 breathers in that schedule?
Mm-hmm.
That sound about right?
That's about right.
It's insanely daunting.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, you can look at that either way. You're right, they're battle-tested. They're also battle-beaten. And it's going to be tough to come through that, then go into the playoffs, because I'm telling you, some of these other teams in smaller conferences, they are no pushovers. You've got teams in these other conferences that play significantly different schedules, which we're going to get into after the break, that are just way different. I believe in the next segment, our call-in line will be open, 864-240-5480. Text line's always open, 864-777-9593. It's Trey Falco, Jeremy Green, and Tank Spencer. We are the Sportsocracy Live right here, brought to you by Ingles Markets on 104.9 FM, Fox Sports Upstate. I can't hear it. I can hear it now. Trey, can you hear me? All right, I got you. You're really quiet. Give me about 2 minutes here. I think I figured this out. I hope. And if I'm right, then we've already got what we need. Trey, can you hear me? Yep. All right, keep talking. I'm having to adjust levels. There we go. I figured it out. Tank, can you hear me? I still can't get Tank, and I don't know why. And I don't know why, because it doesn't make any sense, because now I've got the splitter. I should be hearing both of you. You got to turn him on. Tank, can you hear me?
Yes, sir. I can.
But now I can't hear him. How? How in the world can y'all hear him and I can't? I'm plugged into the same thing you are. That makes zero sense.
It's not fun.
Yes. I cannot hear him at all. And that makes absolutely sense. How long I got, Trey? How does that make any sense?
Is there a preview
you can
button
all hear
that's
me.
lit up?
No.
Above the
no,
above the big
don't
red
do
buttons?
that. Stop it.
Uh-oh. Above the big red buttons
wait a minute.
that
I got an
turn
idea.
it on and off. Is there a preview button, one of the little circle buttons? Is that lit up next to one of the pots?
Or actually, I believe I'm telling you to give me a minute. There is no preview button.
Okay.
Trey,
Sometimes
can you hear
that
me?
Shuts off the head.
Now I can't hear either one of them.
Oh no.
If Tank can hear anybody, if anybody can hear me, I'm completely deaf here. So.
Oh no, this is not good. Because I can't hear Greenville, so I don't know what's going on.
I can't hear anything. Now I can hear Tank.
Hello.
I can't hear Trey though.
That's wild.
That's not going to do me good because they can't hear me. That doesn't make any sense. As to it, Tank, make that make sense to me. How can she hear Trey and I can't? Well, you just said you could. Okay,
no, she could hear me.
She could hear you, and I could hear Trey. How does that make any sense?
I don't know.
I mean, I'm sitting here with the modulator sitting right here. This should work, and I can't hear anything through it.
And you're hooked to him through the brick?
Yeah.
So you would need to...
Oh, wait a minute.
So you're trying to listen out of your computer and...
Hold on. The brick kicked me off.
Well, that might have something to do with it.
No doubt. Okay, he's got me now. All right, so that makes me wonder if I was off the brick when I was talking about this.
Possibly.
Was I off the brick when I was talking about this? No, because I cannot hear the brick through my headphones here. I got nothing anywhere.
Oh, no.
Okay. All right, can you hear me now, Trey? Can you hear me now, Trey? Still nothing. That doesn't make any sense.
But you can hear him?
I can't hear anything.
Or you can
I can hear absolutely nothing. All right, so I heard the chime there, but I cannot hear anybody else. I can hear Trey, or I can hear Tank, excuse me, but I can't hear Trey at all. And that doesn't make any sense because I'm direct lined to Trey. Okay.
Mm-mm.
I'm going to close the brick. I'm going to close this. None of this makes any sense. It'd be really great if the thing that I was told was going to work would actually work.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Trey, can you hear me now? I don't know what to do. I can't get anything back. I mean, he knows he can't hear me, but how do I get any of this reconnected?
What's playing?
Commercials. But, I mean, I'm connected directly into a brick that I cannot hear, which doesn't make any sense.
But is that Greenville's commercials?
Trey, can you hear me? I got nothing. I got nothing. He can't hear me at all. All right, Tank, I can hear you, but somehow I cannot hear. I can't hear them.
But is the ambient noise I'm hearing the commercials from them?
I can hear nothing. Sorry, I got 15 things going through my head right now. Solo. So, kind of. I've got Trey Falco now and no Tank Spencer. This is a place that's very pro Clemson Tiger. And I'm not just saying this because I'm here. I'm saying it because it's true. This is a Clemson Tiger team that has many opportunities to compete at the highest level. The ACC's bad. This is not new information to anyone. The ACC is bad. You have Miami, you have Clemson, and you don't have much else. And when you look at the schedule for Clemson, they have a lot of opportunities to win a lot of games really early. That initial game with LSU is really the only test they have on that schedule early on. And I know a lot of people are not as high on them because they don't love Chris Vizzina as much as some others do. But my thought with Clemson, with Miami, with anybody that can be reasonably competitive in the ACC, it's going to be an open road to you if you can avoid the potholes. So just looking at Clemson, if they find a way to beat LSU, I don't see another game they could lose until they play Miami, which is in Clemson the first weekend in October. From there, the next game they could lose is South Carolina the weekend of Thanksgiving. That's it. There's 3 losable games on this schedule because everyone else on that is either down or not competitive for them. Georgia Southern, North Carolina, California, Charleston Southern, Syracuse, and I'll be honest with you, Florida State, they're not competitive with Clemson at this point. Those teams can't compete at the highest side with Clemson. Miami can. LSU can. South Carolina can. 2 of those 3 are at Clemson. think Clemson fans this year are going to be able to look at the path in front of them. And look, I was super down on Clemson last year. I kind of saw the writing on the wall. I was never a Cade Klubnik guy. And I long thought that there was going to come a year where Clemson was just going to run up against it where somebody, I didn't know who it was going to be. It wound up being Miami. I thought it could be Florida State. At one time I thought it could be Georgia Tech. At some point, one of these powers that has actual juice, actual recruiting ability, they can get into Atlanta, they can get into Florida, they'll be able to knock Clemson off that ACC perch. That's what happened last year. I'm not going to lie. Miami is still a juggernaut. Darian Mensah may win the Heisman Trophy. But I do look at Clemson now with that schedule, and I think there's reason for optimism. If they beat LSU, I will say this right now, as someone who has on this air said, I'm the South Carolina guy, not the Clemson guy. I will say on this air, Clemson will win the ACC and be a top 4 seed in the college football playoff if they beat LSU in week 1. That's a really tall ask. LSU's got Lane Kiffin. It's at home. You talked about a fever pitch. LSU's going to be in a fever pitch. And I think you get... Say it again? It's a different point in LSU's history than we've been at. The Ed Orgeron years were weird because they were good, but it didn't always make sense. And they were always a quarterback away. They were always... It could go either way any year. The end of the Brian Kelly era was pretty well a disaster. But if Clemson's able to get that first game in Baton Rouge, I've just come to realize I'm not going to say Death Valley because it confuses everyone. We have 2 of them. You get to a certain point where you look at Clemson and go, this is the year that you have to prove it with Dabo. This is the year where you have to show on the other side of NIL, on the other side of the college football world, that you can make this work. And maybe it's that I've looked at this too hard. Maybe it's that I've stared at this too long. But I think it could be the year that they actually do it. This could be the year that if Chris Vizzina is everything I've been told he is, the high-level weapons actually get to where they're supposed to get to, this could actually work. And I do the same thing in the Big 12. The Big 12 is just not a very good conference. Texas Tech would have run away with it had Brendan Sorsby been allowed to play. And you can give me BYU all you want. I've read that book. I've played this game. What Texas Tech has is just better than BYU. But now with Brendan Sorsby, everything comes back to the median. And so now you open up BYU. Obviously, Texas Tech's still in it. Utah's got a new coach, but it's still a really good roster. There are a handful of others. TCU, Houston. The Big 12 is wide open. But the reason that I'm not as worried about the Big 12 is that they're going to kill each other. They all play each other. Every team I just said plays at least 3 of the other teams that I just said. I think they're all very close to each other, especially since none of them outside of maybe TCU has a quarterback that I feel good about in any shape, form, or fashion. The ACC doesn't have that. It's Miami and Clemson on a collision course. You look at early top 25s. Obviously, the top 25 is not out yet, but it will be a few weeks from now. Most of those rankings have 2 ACC teams